How did you meet Chappelle?
He just showed up at the show we were doing in California. We were at the Hollywood Improv. He was in the lab performing, and when I got off stage, somebody who works for the Improv came and got me and was like, hey man, it's gonna sound weird, but Chappelle's on stage. I think he needs to go take a piss. He's asking for you to go over there and do that show while he goes to the restroom. And I was like, all right, f it. He left his vest up there and the cigarettes. I was like impersonating him. He's like, you got this? And I was like, hold on. And I pulled out the cigarette. Like, all right, now I got this. Now I'm just playing. I'm not gonna smoke this. And he was like, why not? And I was like, all right, f it. I smoked now. It was pretty fun. And then I had to go do my show at that point. He left, but they left that vest there. I was like, what if they steal it? And then he thinks I stole it. I should just steal it for the night. When I got like 5 minutes down the road, my buddy called me. He was like, hey man, Chappelle just pulled up and he's asking for his vest. I was like, oh, he's gonna think that I stole it. I was like, here you go. When I was playing with his vest, I left my mushrooms in there. It was like an ounce of mushrooms. I was trying to tell him because I kind of wanted to get the shrooms back. And I guess he thought that I meant it as like, oh, I left something in there for you. I was like, hey man, I left some shrooms in there. He was like, really? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I didn't wear the jacket again. If I see the vest, I'll check it out with her. And then the next time I saw him like months later, he was like, my man, I got those shrooms. Appreciate it. I was like, oh yeah, you're welcome. Like, Chappelle always wins, man. I probably go overboard on the eating. I think I'm very guilty of like, what is it called? Gluttony?
Oh, yeah. You got a sweet tooth.
Yeah, man. And
you like gummies.
Yeah, I like gummies.
Yeah, you like sour gummies, bro.
I didn't know this shit.
Right, dude?
What the fuck is going on?
Bro. I know you. You like a little gummy worm, like a trolley gummy worm.
Yeah. But I also just like all types of food, man. And something that I shouldn't do is when I go to a restaurant, I won't go like super expensive restaurants. I go to like a lot of junk food stuff, you know?
Like what?
Like wings. I love wings.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sometimes I won't be able to decide between like the burger or the wings. And I'll get like the wings and then I'll get the burger, knowing damn well I'm not going to finish the burger, but at least if I can eat through half of it just to like quench the craving.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? Why am I ordering 2 meals and not finishing them? Like,
no, but now you have your own money. You're like, bro, I'm going to get the appetizer. And the other appetizer.
Yeah.
And the thing I want.
Yeah.
Bro, that makes my girl so anxious. She hates it.
She hates that?
Every time we go out to eat, I'm like, oh, this appetizer looks good, but this appetizer looks good. Let's get both.
Hell yeah.
And she's like, we're not going to finish it. I go, it's okay.
She
freaks out.
I do feel bad, like because I'll take it to go. And right now I'm living with like my dad, my younger sister, younger brother, stepmom, and one of them will get it, you know, or I'll heat it up later maybe.
Right.
But if none of us get it, then I feel bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm going to hell.
You think about it though.
Hell yeah, I think about it.
You're still living with your dad and who else?
It's my dad, my stepmom, and then like my teenage brother and sister.
Oh,
and then they just had, my dad and my stepmom just had another baby earlier this year. So now I got like this tiny little baby sister.
Living in the house?
Yeah.
Waking you up?
Nah, I'm upstairs. My dad built that house, man. He's a hardworking dude. He started this little construction company and then just kept building it up. And he ended up he had this little land that he bought when he was like 20. He's like in his 40s, like mid 40s, late 40s. I don't know how old he is, but he like built a house on that land and it's like super nice, pretty big house. And now I'm upstairs. No plan on moving out.
That's fire. Yeah. I mean, if I were to build a house though, I would build it way different. Like, I don't know what your house looks like, but if I build a house, there'd be secret doors for sure.
I started building a house and I put a secret door in there.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's like not even halfway done though.
It's just a secret door right now.
Yeah, right.
It's just a door in the field. Yeah, like one day I'm gonna build around that door. It's gonna be secretive.
Nah, so it's technically 2-story. It's on my dad's land. He had built this slab where he wanted to build a shop. And then I told him like, let me pay you back for what you paid for the slab and let me build a house right there.
Oh, that's fire.
And he was just like, all right, fuck it. And so the bottom is just going to be, it's because I started buying cars. Like, I like Chevys a lot, old Chevys.
Like what years?
So the first one I bought, I actually asked this guy, man, when I was super broke, when I was working as a barber, there was a guy there who would always buy and sell Chevys, like classic Chevys. He has a nice garage. And he had just came across this 96 Impala Super Sport. And it had 2,000 original miles and everything stock. It looks like it just came out the factory. It still had the tires from nothing had ever been touched on it. It's just been driven around for a couple thousand miles.
Some guy's garage locked up.
And I told him if he could hold it for me. I was like, man, just hold it. Because I feel like this comedy shit's going to take off any day now. Like, just hold it for me. So he held it for a year. And when I finally had enough cash, I just went and cashed them out. So I got that one. And then I recently bought an 87 Monte Carlo luxury sport.
Oh, shit.
And then I also got a single cab, short bed Silverado, a 95, a Z71.
Oh, those are sick.
Yeah.
Those are sick. You probably drive that one the most?
Nah, that one actually it drives, but it has a lot of problems. I shouldn't be driving it. The ones that are driving are the 96 Impala and the 87 Monte Carlo.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So like the bottom of that house is just a shop to hold the cars.
And do you fix them up? Do you know how to work on cars?
Not really. I know how to paint them. I used to paint them. I've done every like Mexican stereotype job. Like was a dishwasher, like remodeled houses and shit. But
then now just painting cars.
Yeah, painted cars, was a barber for a while.
They don't work, but they look sick though.
Hell yeah.
People
show
come by.
Cars.
Yeah, they're like, dude, yeah, but the show is only in this garage.
Yeah, the show's only for me.
Yeah, dude.
But I had like this secret little door. Since the upstairs, there's like a walk-in closet. So there's like a secret door from the closet to the garage, so I can go down there like Batman style.
Bro.
Also, if there's ever just like guests over that I don't really like, I can just leave them in the living room and just
dip.
They'll just see the Monte Carlo speeding off.
Yeah. Dude, that's so sick. What do you paint the cars? What do you paint on? Just like cool paint jobs, or you put like actual designs?
Nah.
Like how Mexican are you?
I actually haven't painted in a while, but I really wanted to get good with like painting candy. I mean, I'm from Texas. Candy's like big down there, man.
Yeah.
But I stopped painting early on. I could get like a paint job done by myself, like a basic paint job, you know. But candy's like, you got to be way more skilled to paint that. Because when you're painting a car, you could do like, all right, the front quarter panel, and then move your way to the doors, and then move your way to the back. But when you're doing candy, you gotta do the whole side, like walk the whole side, and then walk it back, and you gotta keep the same distance and same like spray pattern consistent, because if you're like slightly closer on the back and then the door, then they come out like two different shades of red or whatever.
Do you do like the actual like stenciling when they use just like...
Nah, I never did all that. I got too fancy. But I did want to try that, but you know, it's like I didn't. I gave up on painting early on.
But you see the videos of the dudes that'll like paint the whole side with a racing stripe, but it's just like one dude so still perfect.
Yeah, that
guy's
badass.
hand is just like... Bro, get a hand job from that guy. Just
that guy should have been a surgeon.
Right, dude? He's painting cars like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Dumbass.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's insane. I mean, the way they like paint them up perfect. You ever watch Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, I used to like that a lot. They put like fish tanks and PlayStation 2s in the car.
You put the sound system in it? Or is it like just paint?
Nah, I've never put a sound system in a car, but that looks badass too. I want to do that.
Yeah,
I do want to learn. Yeah, once I'm like doing really, really good financially, I want to like just take a big vacation and then just go to like a trade school back home, like learn how to actually work on these cars better.
People are like asking you in school, they're like, yo, what are you trying to get away from, man? You're like, honestly, this comedy shit.
This is good.
Yeah, people are like doing drugs
I need a better
shit.
life.
Yeah, I need something more stable, you know what I mean?
People are trying to like get better jobs for the families they had as teenagers, and I'm just like, nah.
You're going to fucking DeVry or whatever, Everest. You're like, yo, I'm just trying to learn, man. I'm trying to learn a trade. Trying to get out of here.
That guy from the old commercials really got to me. Remember that?
Yeah. Yo, what are you doing with your life? What? That guy was so aggressive, bro.
Yeah.
Also, I'm watching. I'm like, bro, I'm 12. I'm like,
yeah.
What are you talking about?
He's like, you're sitting home. You ain't doing nothing. You're a loser.
You're jerking off. Fucking sniffing your own cum. Like,
living at your grandma's house.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I'm just a kid. Like, can you just like, can they not be a little discerning?
I don't know, but every day that I don't go to DeVry, I just feel like I'm letting him down.
Bro, where do you think he is right now? That
DeVry.
would be you think he's still there? That would be the worst type of fame to have. Like that guy?
I think that if you're sitting down at DeVry and you're like working on a paper and you're just like thinking about giving up, and then you look up at the door, you'll see him in the glass like,
bro, imagine.
And he's doing that whole like thumb across the neck thing, like,
yo, he's gonna threaten you.
Finish.
Bro, but like literally you walk around, that guy would like walk into a restaurant and you're thinking about like going back to school, and then that dude walks in and you're like, oh my
that guy was also probably like an actor, right? Like a local actor.
Yeah. That guy probably was going to DeVry acting school.
That guy probably had that one and done gig.
Yeah.
Then he's living at his mom's, and his other actor friends are like, what are you doing? Bro, you're living at your mom's. Like, go back and audition.
He's sleeping on the couch, and all of a sudden he wakes up to see himself on TV. Like, dude, wake up. You're fucking doing nothing. You're a failed actor. He's like, oh my God. He's right, dude, because he's me.
What if he like, I don't know. You ever watch that movie Blood In, Blood Out?
No.
This happens with like a couple of movies. You know, there's always those movies that have actors that were maybe like one hit wonder type actors, like Blood In Blood Out. The guy who plays like Miklo, and also that other movie American Me. There's very like Cholo, East LA type movies. There's a couple actors from those movies that never really did much else, and sometimes, like even in they're from California, but in Texas, like at the flea markets, they'll post up and like sell bobbleheads from their characters or like autographs.
Yeah.
And these are movies from like the 90s, and they're still doing it to this day.
25 years later.
Yeah, 25 years later, they're still like doing that. I feel like the DeVry guy could post up at a flea market. Like,
I would take a picture of the DeVry guy, no question.
I'll motivate you for $5.
Yeah. I mean, he should do Cameo.
Cameo,
honestly, he needs to
yeah.
do Cameo. I would send my friend 1,000,000% a cameo of that guy being like, you gotta wake up, dude. What the fuck? Are you doing? Trying to be a comedian?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That guy's a legend, bro. Bro, the last time we saw you when you did Flagrant, you were like blowing up, and then now it's like even bigger and sustained. Huge.
No, I thought you were gonna be like, now it's not so much.
Yeah, now you're doing this show.
You fell off kind of quick,
yeah,
bro.
now you're in a tent with me doing opening. You know what I mean? Like, things are not going well. But no, dude, like before we linked up, you were not best friends with Chappelle.
Nah.
And now you guys are best friends, dude.
Nah, I don't know.
But
is that what people are saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm starting the rumor. I'm
Nice.
like, dude, you guys
That's
are
a cool
besties.
rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that
I
link
posted
up?
a picture with Chappelle, and I did get a couple people like I guess other comics. I won't name them. I'm not gonna be that guy, but there were comics that maybe kind of hate on Chappelle, and they would say some stuff around me that was kind of like slight hating Chappelle. And they'd be like, sorry, I know you're close with him, and I'm like, I get it. You're trying to talk shit, but I mean, fucking Chappelle was my hero growing up, man.
Yeah.
How am I not gonna post a picture with him?
Yeah, right. Also, it is so funny that people assume just because you have a picture with someone or you met someone, they're like, you guys are tight.
You guys,
Like, that is the funniest thing. Like, people hit me up. They're like people have hit me up being like, hey man, can you like get me in touch with like like Joe Rogan? You know, like I know he's been on your podcast. Like you posted some pictures of him. I'm like, I've said 10 words to Joe Rogan, and they've all been televised. They've all been on YouTube.
I've hung out with Chappelle for not even that long. Like each time I see him, I've seen him maybe like 3 times in my life. Each time he's always like super nice to everybody. Like even people, you know, sometimes people buy like those VIP tickets and they go backstage with him. He'll be like, he'll chop it up with whoever. But yeah, he's always been like super cool.
How did you meet Chappelle?
The first time he just showed up at the show we were doing in California, and he was just like, yeah, I want to come check out the show, man.
Was it your show?
Yeah.
Like you were headlining?
Yeah.
And then you're sitting in the green room and someone's like,
bro, he just walked in. His bodyguard like yelled at my friend to move him out the way. It's like, move, motherfucker. You know, he actually man, I didn't even like think about this. He, when I met him there, he told me he wanted to come check out the show and that he wanted to like chop it up after he had seen me on Flagrant.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. So you're welcome.
He was like, yeah. He was like, I saw some of the clips from you on Flagrant, and then so I checked out the whole podcast or whatever, and like, I like some of the things you had to say, man. And he's like, I wanted to come check out the show. He's like, I just landed in LA, so I was like, fuck it, let's go watch it with her. And then he hopped on. We're at the Hollywood Improv, and so I had to go on stage, and I think he watched my set for a little while. But whoever was performing in the lab that night, their show was wrapping up, so he went on that stage as that one was wrapping up. And was like, hey, if anybody wants to hang out, like, we'll do some stage time, I guess, you know? So he was in the lab performing the entire time I was on stage. And when I got off stage, somebody who works for the Improv came and got me and was like, hey, man, it's going to sound weird, but like, Chappelle's on stage in the lab, and I think he needs to go take a piss. And he's asking for you. He's like, to go over there and, like, do that show while he goes to the restroom. And I was like, all right, fuck it. And I had been upstairs, because this is when my show's over now. I'm waiting for the second show to start. So I had been upstairs. He left his vest up there and his cigarettes, and I was like impersonating him. I was like wearing the vest and like having the cigarette. And so I was like, yeah. So I took the vest off. I went down there, but I kept the cigarette. He's like, all right, man. He's like, this is Ralph or whatever. And he called me Barbosa. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll change my name to Barbarossa. I'm Barbarossa now. No more Barbosa. But he was like, all right. He's like, I'm going to go to the restroom. He's like, you got this? And I was like, hold on. And I pulled out the cigarette and I acted like him. I was like, all right, now I got this. And then I was like, nah, I'm just playing. You know, I was like, I'm not going to smoke this. And he was like, why not? And I was like, all right, fuck it. I smoke now. I had smoked cigarettes a few times before, but I was really trying not to keep up that habit. But if Chappelle's like expecting you to smoke, fucking smoke.
I mean, you already changed your name. Like, what's a cigarette?
Yeah, what's a cigarette? And yeah, it was cool, man. He ordered me like a beer. He was like, get whatever you want, whatever. And then he went to the restroom. When he came back, we were just on stage for a while. It was pretty fun. And then I had to go do my show at that point. So then I was like, all right, later. And then he left. I don't know where he went. Like him and his people left after I was done with my show. But they left that vest there. And I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I was like, what if they steal it? And then he thinks I stole it. And I was like, I should just steal it for the night and bring it back tomorrow. Like, I think he's doing shows tomorrow. So I left with the vest. And when I got like 5 minutes down the road, my buddy Renee called me, another comic.
Renee Vaca. Yeah.
He called me. He was like, hey, man, Chappelle just pulled up back to the Improv and he's asking for his vest. I was like, oh, shit, he's going to think that I just like stole it, you know? Like,
bro, you're wearing the vest. You did steal it.
I mean, yeah, but only because I didn't want to. Because I think like one of the other nights that we were there, I had left the jacket. And I just never saw that jacket again. So I'm like, oh, shit, it's going to happen to Chappelle's thing now. I was like,
yeah, because of you, bro.
Because of me.
Stole it. There's a younger comic that was like, yo, Ralph Barbosa's jacket.
But I'm going to bring it back. I know he's performing there again the next night. So I was just like, I'll bring it back. And I'll give him the jacket. And he'll be like, this is so cool. You should open for me every single show forever now. That's what was going to happen in my mind.
Yeah.
But I just took it back. And I was like, oh, shit, here you go. But I gave it to like one of his like security guys or whatever. I saw him again the next day, and I had told him like, hey man, I hope you don't think I was trying to like steal your thing. I just didn't want to leave it and somebody permanently take it. I was only stealing it for one night. He was like, nah, I'm not thinking that, man. I had also, when I was playing with the jacket, when I was playing with his vest, I left my mushrooms in there. And it was like, I had just got them that day. So Renee actually gifted me those. It was like an ounce of mushrooms.
Bro, you planted evidence.
I know. I didn't even think about it until after
like, bro, my gun was in that vest, bro.
After they drove off, I was like, imagine if he gets pulled over and this cop just being a dick, you know?
Bro, Chappelle goes to jail because of you. Imagine. He wants to support a young comic, and all of a sudden now he's in prison. He's like, that Ralph Barbosa. This motherfucker.
They're like, we can't find any Barbarossa, man. Yeah. There's a Ralph Barbosa performing in town.
Nope, not him. Nope.
But yeah, I was trying to tell him because I kind of wanted to get the shrooms back, you know? And I guess he thought that I meant it as like, oh, I left something in there for you. But I was like, hey, man, I left some shrooms in there. He was like, I didn't see nothing. He's like, I'll check it out. And then the conversation just kind of kept going, so I didn't bring them back up. I was trying to say like, hey, man, I left some shrooms in there, and I was wondering, I'll get them back from you if it's cool, you know? But when I said, hey, man, I left some shrooms in there, he was like, really? He's like, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I didn't wear the jacket again. He's like, if I see the vest, I'll check it out with her. And then the next time I saw him, like months later, he was like, my man, he's like, I got those shrooms, appreciate it with her. I was like, oh yeah, you're welcome. Like,
bro, he stole from you. That's crazy, bro.
Chappelle always wins, man.
He always wins. That's goat shit, bro. He always come out on top.
I thought I was gonna get a cool new oversized vest, and he walked away with his vest and an ounce of shrooms.
Yeah, dude. I bet you he was on him while you were talking to him.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe
he's looking at you and he's just like rubbing your head. He's like, nah, I've never seen him. I don't know where they went, but your head feels amazing, bro. That's crazy.
That was a cool night, man. Dion Cole. That next night that I seen him, Dion Cole was there. I'm a pretty big Dion Cole fan, so that was so cool, man. I was like, Dion Cole, I was like, it's nice to meet you. My name's Ralph. He's like, I know who the fuck you are. I was like, holy shit, this is the coolest week of my life.
That is crazy. Like, What are you thinking when he walks in the green room? Like, are you like nervous? Are you like
when Chappelle walked in the green room?
Yeah.
I was like, I just kind of went blank.
You never met him before?
I had never met him before. I was eating these potato balls. If you ever go to the Hollywood Improv, get your hands on some potato balls.
Dreams come true when you eat potato balls.
Yeah. I feel like he only appeared because I had taken a good bite out of that potato ball.
You eat 3 potato balls, Dave will show up.
I actually never met him. I was just tripping off potato balls. You see,
like,
your wildest
shrooms,
dreams.
Those are the shrooms.
I was eating potato balls. He walked in. He like shook our hands and everything, and I offered him some potato balls. He was like, "No, I'm good."
He was on a unicycle. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, that might have been a hallucination, bro. Like, dude, he had 8 arms. I'm like, nah, that was not Dave Chappelle. That is crazy.
He had hair.
Yo, imagine a huge fro. You're like, dude, these potato balls are awesome.
That was cool, man. Anytime I've worked with comics that I've always like, I guess, been fans of. It's like a starstruck moment. I just try not to like. I try to be if they want to talk, or if there's a chance to talk, I'll talk. But anytime I'm in a room with any type of like person I'm a fan of, I try to be the fly on the wall, because I do always want to meet them or whatever. But also I'm curious to see what they're like outside of like the stage or whoever it is. So I try not to talk too much and really like listen just to see what they're like or whatever,
Yeah.
Like I remember when I met Mark Norman, I was a huge fan of him. I'm still a huge fan, I got to open for him, and yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to like talk too much, just kind of listening. I talk here and there or whatever, but I was like, last thing I want to do is for this guy to think I'm like a weirdo,
Yeah, no, I would rather you not know me than me embarrass myself in front of someone I respect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'd rather him be like, oh, I've never seen that guy.
Yeah. Also, I'm not like trying to be best friends with none of these guys. So like, if they like me or not, like fuck it, right? But I'd rather them like at least think I was polite or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, that's something that I've heard people say. I think Schulz might have even brought it up. But like anytime, because like I'm from a small town, like Orlando's not that big of a place. So, like anytime I saw like a famous person or someone I really respected, a comic, like I remember opening for Norman when I was in Orlando, and I even told him when he came on here, like he complimented a joke I did. Bro, I did that joke for like 3 years. Like it like stopped working, but I was still doing. I was like, Norman likes it, bro. It's good.
Yeah.
Like, I just had this perspective that Schulz brought up, where he's like, anytime you meet someone you really respect, like you don't have to get something from them. You know what I mean? Like anytime you like go up to them like at a party, or like if you see them in a green room, like talking to them, you think like, oh, this is my chance to like, get something, or like maybe we can become friends, or maybe we can, this is an opportunity. But instead, just be grateful for everything that they've given you, and just be there. Just be like, yo, like Norman, you've already given me enough. I'm like a fan of you. Like Dave, like you already have given me so much. Like, let me just be in your presence.
I think I felt the most pressure meeting Andrew.
Really?
Yeah, cause I was a fan of him, and that dude like changed the game for comics. You know what I mean? But
what's up, guys? We're gonna take a break really quick because you need to start taking your health seriously. Yeah. If you know me, I'm on my journey of trying to be a little bit healthier every single day. I'm not the best at it, okay? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not perfect. I fall off the wagon frequently. But you know who helps me a lot? My friends over at Bubs. Yep. Bubs Naturals. Bubs has an amazing story, okay? If you don't know who Bub is, I'm talking about the Navy SEAL, Glenn Bub Doherty. This guy is an absolute legend. He laid down his life serving his country and protecting his fellow brothers. So if it's good enough for Bub, it's good enough for me. What I like about Bubs is that it is a wellness and health company that doesn't feel too pretentious. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see these things, it's just like live forever. It's too intimidating. What I like about Bubs, it's very approachable. They have all sorts of great products that for me feel very, very accommodating. They got all sorts of stuff. Collagen peptides, take care of your hair. They got oil powders, they got coffees. But the thing I want to talk to you about today, the thing that I tried, which again, I will never talk about a product on this show that I have not personally tried. What I want to talk to you about is Hydrate or Die. Yo, yeah, this right here. Hydrate or Die is a little packet that I add into my water, and it is absolutely amazing. You try a lot of these different like hydration packets and stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of them now, and you try them, and they're always like kind of like a weird taste, or like the aftertaste is weird, or it doesn't even actually hydrate you that well. What I like about Bubs, it's very simple. There's only like 6 ingredients in this, and it tells you exactly what they are right on the box. Organic coconut water powder, Himalayan salt, lemon flavor, magnesium citrate. That's basically it. I'm telling you, there's not a more simple, less pretentious way to get hydrated. I mean, I take this before I go to the gym, before I work out. It doesn't necessarily advertise as like a performance product, but I use it for that, and it makes me feel amazing. I truly feel more hydrated. I mean, even just right here, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free. They got a bunch of different flavors, no added sugar. That's the other thing with all these different like powder things. If you put them in your drink, there's all this extra sugar that you're drinking, and at that point, it's like, dude, what are you even doing, right? Just have a soda. So if you want to take control of your health like me, I want you to go to Bubs Naturals. That's right. That's B-U-B-S Naturals, N-A-T-U-R-A-L-S. And I want you to use the code Gagnon, Gagnon, G-A-G-N-O-N, and you're going to get $15 off your order. I'm telling you, the Hydrator Dies, these are my favorite. This is excellent. I'm going to be sucking on these all day. So if you want to join the Bubs gang, go to bubsnaturals.com. Use the code Gagnon, G-A-G-N-O-N, $15 off your order. And this is the other thing that I like about them. Bubs donates 10% of all profits to charity in Glenn's honor, starting with the Glenn Doherty Memorial Foundation. So support a good cause, take care of your body, take care of your health, and perform better. What else do you need? Let's get back to the show.
When he invited me on the podcast and I got there, I'm like, bro, I'm in some fucking building on like the 10th floor or something. I'm like in New York, it's like this badass studio, like, and it's just being cool as fuck. I'm like, I know that I'm never expecting something from somebody I'm a fan of, right? But he's gonna put me on his podcast. Like, I'm like, fuck. Like, I don't know. I felt like I didn't want to let him down.
Yeah. And then you pull up, and then they're like, all right, be funny, be cool, and you're like, this is the craziest thing ever. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm excited, bro. Like,
yeah.
I know that feeling. Like, you get this opportunity, and you're like, okay, like I gotta kill it, but I gotta look like I'm not trying too hard. Like,
yeah, it's one thing to meet people that you're a fan of or whatever, but it's another thing to the day you meet them in person, just to be on their podcast. Like,
bro, you went from like being a fan to all of a sudden like being a collaborator.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that. Like, I remember meeting Schulz the first time, being like, bro, I've seen this guy on YouTube, and now I'm in an IHOP, like chatting, and he's like asking me questions about my life, and I was like, this is not YouTube anymore. Like, I gotta answer. I gotta like oh, it's like so much pressure. I don't know. Do you get nervous? Like Chappelle's like, hey, come on stage after me, and you're like,
I do a bit, but I just any moment like that, like when I'm hopping on the podcast, because I'm not a big like, I don't think I'm really good and snappy with like podcasts and shit. Some people are really good at them. But anytime I like that moment when Chappelle's like asking me to go on stage, or I hopped on Flagrant, I just try not to overthink anything. Like, I try not to think about it, like, whatever, let's do it, fuck it. And then later on, I'll like be like, yo, that happened. You know what I mean? Like, then I'll accept it later.
Overthink it after.
Yeah, I'll overthink it after. But in the moment, I'm like, nah, let's just hang out, fuck it.
Yeah, be in the shower and be like, why did I say that, bro? But not before.
Yeah, not before. In the moment, just fucking enjoy it,
Yeah, that's the best perspective. Like, letting go of the expectation. Like, I remember I did that, like, I just felt so much pressure and like, I don't know, it's like insecurity really. Like, moving to New York, I'm like opening for Schulz. I'm like now on the podcast, like all these things are kind of happening for me. And then I'm going up in the city, and then I'm going up in front of his crowd. And I'm like, okay, I got to do good for him. I got to do good for the booker of the club. I got to do good for all the fans that come out to see it. I got to do good for the new people that don't know me. Like, all this pressure of like, I have to do great.
Yeah.
Made it not fun.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, okay, what if I just let go of this idea of like trying to control the outcome and just focus on having fun? And then that's what makes it great.
Bro, I feel like I'm, no matter if I'm having fun or not fun, there's always the pressure to keep writing new material. But earlier this year, because we're like in October now, I'd say from like March, April, May, June, I was feeling heavy pressure. Just to make sure that like you said, like I want to do good in front of these people. Like we had the Netflix taping coming up. I was also hopping on Bert's tour, and there's all these huge comics on his tour.
You're doing arenas. You're following Norman. Like,
yeah, like we're doing it. So now I'm like, fuck, I gotta do good. But it was like you said, like making it not fun. And I feel like the jokes that I wrote during that time were like, some of them were like working, but now I'm looking back and I'm like, man, those jokes were lame. And I think because I just wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
By the time we got on Bert's tour, no disrespect to Bert, but I was just like, man, fuck it. I'm just do whatever jokes I feel like doing. Like, if I do bad, I do bad. If I do good, I do good. But like, I just want to have fun with this again. Like,
that's like the most respect though, right? Like, that's you being in a situation where like, yo, I need to chase the thing that makes this enjoyable. Because like, I don't know, this mentality of like, chase nothing, accept everything. That's the thing I'm trying to like apply to my life, where like instead of chasing like, okay, I have to do good so that this person's oppressed, yada yada, all these like uncontrollable outcomes, it's like, okay, what is the purpose of this activity? Is to enjoy it. So I can have fun, so the audience can have fun, we can have fun together, and it's just like pure communion.
Yeah.
And that is when it's like at the most beautiful experience. And that's for all things. Like, I don't want a musician to go up there and be like, I have to do great. I want them to go up there and make some mistakes, but it be pure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of this quote, man. I never remember the name of the guy who actually said this.
Adolf. Is it that quote?
No, it's not that one.
Oh,
that one gets me through other moments. There's this quote that guy, that was Rick Rubin wrote a book.
Oh yeah, I read it.
You read that book?
Act of living creatively or some shit.
Something like the gray one. Yeah. On like the first page before he gets into the chapter, he quotes some guy. He puts that guy in there. It's like I'm probably fucking it up, but it's something along the lines of like the objective is not to create art, but to put yourself in a place where art is inevitable or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And not saying that my jokes are art or nothing like that. I'm not just saying stupid shit, but at least when I know and I think it's like a balance. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you gotta like keep up the hard work or whatever, but there's also like keeping your mentality in a place where you're feeling good. You're not too stressed, good enough to where like you can just say some funny shit. You know,
the balance.
That's
like, okay, I feel enough pressure to keep on working hard, but not so much pressure that it's overwhelming me and consuming me.
Yeah.
I think this happens outside of comedy and art also. Like, I think it happens in like work. Like, it happens in all business. Like, okay, I'm one of the best barbers in town. Like, everyone's coming to me. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, I have to kill it like every time, and then that anxiety is gonna get in your head.
You never want so many clients that you're speeding through the phase and fucking people up.
Exactly.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like that's
that.
But that applies to everything.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting. I don't know. I just feel myself going through that, and I feel like because of how quickly things came up for you, and rightfully so. But even if you're prepared for it, it's still a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I was like super bum life before things started taking off for me. Like I was able to quit my day job as a barber a year ago today, like this time, October. Yeah. And because like summer was when things like my Instagram started kind of popping off a little bit. Those don't tell clips came up.
Bro, a year ago is crazy.
Yeah. I've been on the road every weekend a year ago from October. And the first few months was like fucking badass, right? And then I got kind of tired of it, and like people always like trying to talk to me or like whatever. And then I hated it, but then I got like used to it. And now I feel like I'm like really living it again these last few months. Like I said, by the time I got to Bird's tour, it taught me to really like enjoy it all again. But that pressure was really fucking with me for a while.
Yeah, because you're going to these cities, people are paying money, they're getting babysitters, you're selling out shows. It's like, all right, you know, whatever the host and the opener does, like that's cool, but they're coming for me. And that pressure is like, all right, I got to kill it. And then you're going back to the same city. You know, if you're going back to the same city the next year, it's like, okay, I got to bring new stuff.
Yeah.
And that's got to be better than the last time. Like,
I feel like I've burned close to an hour of material to like get the following going and get the tickets going, you know? From a year ago to now, I feel like by burned an hour of material, I mean like just stuff I've uploaded or stuff that I've taped for whoever. And now I put the other hour on Netflix that we taped a couple months ago. That releases, I'm going to do this little plug, releases Halloween, October 31st, Cowabunga.
Show up.
But now it's like another hour burned. So like now I feel the pressure of like, bro, after Halloween, I still gotta deliver an hour every weekend, you know, for November, December. And like it's just not there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's there. I've been working on new material. That's a big reason I came out to New York for this week, was just to keep tweaking the jokes that I feel like need the most work. And I feel like what's helped me write so much in these past few months is the fact that I'm like thinking about those November shows, and there's a little part of me that's like, fuck, like I don't know if I'm gonna have jokes to really tell. But there's a bigger part of me that's like, who cares? I'll think of something.
Yeah. But like that second part of the mentality is the key. You know what I mean? Like is the that's where you're not chasing anything, you're accepting everything. Yeah. Like it will come. Yeah. You know, like creativity will be inevitable.
Because I'm not gonna like spend my free time just fucking off and like you know, my nights just free and like not think of stuff. Like I know myself. What I'm gonna think of some shit during the weekends that I'm doing in these towns. During the week, I'm gonna land somewhere and do some type of show. Like I just know myself.
But you also can't sit in a room and just try to write jokes all day and not do anything.
No.
Like that's the balance.
Yeah, there's a balance to it. Like I know I'm gonna. It's like needing water. Like I know I'm gonna look for water or whatever. But along the way, I'm just gonna like rest when I need to rest, chill. Like I'll find that fucking lake eventually.
But that's the confidence. It's the confidence and the self-belief that it will come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People that deal with insecurity and lack of confidence, when they're in that position, they go, okay, I got to just write all day, every day and not live a life and just focus on getting it and hold on to it, because if I don't work nonstop, then it's not going to come. It's like, no, I'm going to chill. Yeah. I know it's going to come. And when it happens, it'll happen the right way.
Yeah. Or also what'll help me is I'll play it cool, and it's like I'll get so near death, so thirsty that I'm like just running, like just gotta be some fucking water somewhere.
You find a cactus, you're like, oh, I'll do this. This will work. Drinking your own urine. Like,
I'll think of something like so. I remember in February, I was in Denver, and I was not having, like I said, like it was another moment where I'm like, I don't think the full hour is really there. And I was also very sick of doing like the same old jokes. Even though Denver has never seen a lot of the jokes that I was doing, I was like, bro, if I go to Denver and I do the same jokes that I've been doing these last few months, like I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Like, so I just started making shit up on stage, like hypotheticals, like, could you imagine this, and that? And I started doing this bit about where I was like saying that my dream girl would be a girl who races cars illegally. Like I'd love to be like a street racer type girl.
Yeah.
And I just started
a drag queen.
Yeah. There you go. Man, I should have named the joke that. Fuck, we should write more together.
Yeah.
But I just started making up this like scenario of a girl picking me up for a date and taking me out, and like, man, like the people really liked it, and so I just kept doing it and coming up with more shit to make it this longer bit, and I put it on the special, man. Like it was one of my favorite like bits to do.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just from making shit up.
Of being so frustrated with your old jokes.
Yeah, it was just like going on stage and telling myself like, because I'm not too big on crowd work. I think crowd work is fun. I like when it happens or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to encourage my audience to want to do crowd work the whole show. Like, I want to do jokes. That's the kind of like selfish part of me, is like, you listen to me, goddamn it. Like,
I don't care what you do.
Yeah. So I went out there. I was like, I'm not gonna try to do crowd work, and I'm not gonna do the old jokes. Like, I'm gonna do these jokes that I still very much enjoy, and after that, I'm just gonna come up with some shit, whatever the fuck I think of. Like, I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works out, and a lot of times it doesn't. But it's better tasting coming off the tongue than just doing the same old joke again. You know what I mean?
Bro, you have people ever come to a show and they're expecting, and like they're huge fans, right? Mm-hmm. And they've seen all your clips and they know every word, and they're like, man, we can't wait to see Ralph. And you see them before, and then you're like, in the back of your head, you're like, yo, I'm doing all new shit tonight.
Because of them?
No, but like I just know I'm coming in doing new stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, this might not go good.
Yeah,
like,
I might let these people down.
Bro, like I feel bad sometimes. Like I'll do like little spots over here. Like if I'm doing like a little show in the city, like I'll just do all new stuff. I'll like write all day, have all like 15 brand new, just like see what happens. And the people will be in the front and they're wearing like Flagrant shirts. And like they got tour merch. Like they've seen me. Like they're so
One
ready.
of them has a shirt that's like, please don't let me down. You're my fucking God. Like
Exactly, dude. My parents are there. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then I'm doing all these new jokes and I'm just bombing. And I'm like, oh God.
Man.
And they're walking away like, yo, I thought you said he was good.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand, bro. You don't understand.
I definitely get that, man. Like there's I feel that pressure a lot too when there's people that are like, yo, like there's always somebody, bro. There's always somebody who's like, you're in like Orlando and they're like, oh, we drove here from like Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. Like we drove here from another. There was people at the Orlando shows that actually flew in from here in New York, and I did well on the show. It was like towards the end once I finally started like talking to the crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was just like, bro. I was thinking about it after the show. I'm like, how many people have come from fucking 4 or 5 states away and watched me bomb trying a new joke? Like whatever, they're not getting their money back.
That's on them, bro. Make better life choices. You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
But I also think that if they're a big fan of me and they do that, I do feel shitty if like I let them down. I'm like, fuck. But if they're a big fan of comedy in general, then I think they can kind of know, like, charge it to the game. Like, well, this is a comics process or some shit, you know?
But that's the thing I also realized that kind of changed my perspective. Like, I assume that everyone judges you based off of, like your worst joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the insecurity in me. That, like, I'll do a 15-minute spot or I'll do an hour, and, like, if one joke doesn't work, then I'm working out new. In the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, they must think I'm trash.
No, I feel the same way. But I think... I start to remember like shows that I've watched alone, and I'm like, oh yeah, that bad joke. Well, it was bad, but that's what caused me to also like forget it.
Yeah,
you know
like that's the thing. I'll watch people that
I
I love and respect and admire like bomb for 15 minutes in the city, and I'll be like, oh man, it's a weird night for them. They're still the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
hell
in
yeah.
my mind, I give them that charity and I afford them the ability to like make mistakes, but then I don't afford myself that. You know what I mean?
Also, it's like good to remember that if somebody does stop being a fan because of one bad set, fuck it. what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
This game, I think it just comes with that, like
all the people that turned on Kramer after that one bad set. You know what I mean? Like that's like, yo, give him a break, bro. Right?
Give the guy a break.
Come on, dude. He had a bad set.
If Chappelle could give him a break, you can, bro.
Dude. Oh fuck, dude, that was insane. Yo, how did you meet Virgil, MexicanOT?
Bro, I was just a fan of his. Just he like, man, I think I just came across one, like a music video he was on, and it wasn't even like his song. He was featuring on it, and he said this one line about a girl. I'm gonna fuck it up, but it was something about spit a loogie in her butthole. I was like, yo, this dude fucking rocks. Like, I started listening to more of his raps, and it's a little more fast paced, you know?
Yeah, there's no way you can fuck up that line, bro. That is the line. Like,
I just can't remember what it rhymed with, but I just remember that was like what it rhymed with.
You look at the lyric, and it's like, I made love to her sweetly. And I'm like, bro, you messed up the line. You were not even close, dude.
But yeah, man, I just became a fan, you know, especially him being from Texas. Like, I like a lot of the Houston rappers. Another guy I liked was Bo Bundy, as another Mexican rapper out of Houston. He does kind of his own thing. And they both, I feel like, are unique in their own way. And when I saw MexicanOT, he said that line, and I just started listening to more songs. I'm like, yo, this fool like writes. Like, this is a fucking rapper. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I have a really high respect for all types of writers, comics, rappers, like comedy writers on TV shows. Like, I just like to see what people wrote down and said, or just thought of and said. And I started following them. And I think he had followed me back, and it was like way early this year when I started like following him. I would like hear his shit here and there, but I'm like, bro, I have like a dumb old man mind sometimes where I forget that the people I'm fan of are like on Instagram, and I could just know more about their personal lives. Yeah. But part of me doesn't want to sometimes. Part of me likes to like just hear about it. But anyway, I would like shout him out when I could. I'll try to put people on him, and it turns out that he was like a fan too, and his manager is that, I don't know if you heard of that guy Johnny Shipes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he had like reached out to me. He's like, yo, MexicanOT's gonna put his album out soon. He's like finishing it up, and we were wondering if you'd want to do like some comedy skits on it, like audio. And I was like scared to do it. I was like, fuck, man, if I bomb on that, that's a whole other version of bombing. Like, I don't want to let down his album. You know what I mean? Like, this dude go hard.
That's pressure. And also, like, that's a bomb that might get played in the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're going to play it on the CD forever. You know what I mean? Like, that'll be a bomb, like, commemorated.
But I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, I'll do it, man. Like, just to chop it up with that dude, get to pick his brain. I mean, I kept thinking about that line again, like, spit a loogie in a boho. I'm like, this dude's obviously open-minded enough to, like, let me just say some shit.
Put mucus in a girl's anus. You know what I mean? Like, that is a level of commitment.
So, yeah, he was like, all right, man. He's like, we want to tape it. He's like, we want to record it like in like 2 weeks from now. So if you could think of, I was like, well, how many skits? What do you want me to, like, is there like a theme to this? Anything like that? And he gave me the rundown of it. And shit, man. I like would just, I took that same mentality of like what we were talking about, or like, don't even overthink it. Like, so I wouldn't work on it like all day, every day. Or like, sometimes I'd go days without thinking about it. But there were like just moments throughout like the first week where I'm like, okay, well, they wanted a lucha libre type skit. So I'm like, I don't know shit about wrestling. I didn't even grow up like a wrestling fan. I grew up like a fan of like maybe Stone Cold, Rey Mysterio here and there, but I wasn't even like watching it like that, you know? But I would ask my buddy Jesus Castillo, he's like on the road with me. He was a huge wrestling fan. So I would ask him about shit, you know? And while we'd be like at the airport, like during a layover, we'd like kind of jot down ideas. And yeah, by the time the 2 weeks came, they actually were like, no, we'll do it like next week or whatever. And I had most of the skits already kind of like I had thought of. And I ended up writing more than I even planned to. I was going to write like 4 skits. I ended up writing like 9. And a lot of them were just me doing like kind of like bad characters, like calling OT, leaving voicemails.
Yeah.
One of them was like a guy who like was really mad that he banged my girlfriend. And but just knows too many details because he like I watched. And I was like, yeah, man. He's like, I would have kicked your ass if you didn't love her so sensually. Like just saying a bunch of shit.
You put the rose petals on the bed, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I think it was really cool of her. I know you were only expecting a one night stand, but I think it was really cool of you to take her out to Maggiano's Little Italy. Yeah. It's like you even ordered bread, and like she loves that bread with the oil, you know. And at the end of it, be like, I hate you, Mexican OG, and he's like, he like picks up the phone. He's like, yo, who's this? And he's like, don't worry about it. Just know you're dead, OG. He's like, my name is OT, MexicanOT. He's like, oh shit, I'm a big fan of you, man. Like, I got the wrong number. Like, just shit like that. And he ended up using a few of them. He didn't use all of them, but I like pitched them all to him, and it was fun, bro. He like rented out a studio somewhere in Dallas, and I got there, and it was like some shit off the movies. There's like all these, like the entourage is there.
Yeah.
And it's like these dudes working on beats, and there was a Marvel vs. Capcom arcade machine. So the first thing we did was play a few rounds on that. Yeah. And then we started like recording.
Wait, who won?
He did.
Damn, bro.
I'll give my rematch. Don't judge me, man.
Damn, bro.
I'll give my rematch.
I don't know. I kind of judge you. I look at you differently from that.
He could have been playing for hours before I got there.
That's a good point. Maybe he traveled with it. Maybe it's a rigged game.
Maybe he was playing the whole time. He wasn't playing when I got there, but maybe he was playing like for 2 hours before I got there. Yeah. And then I got there and he acted like he wasn't. And I was just like, oh, you want to play? Knowing that I'd take the bait. And he was like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll play with you. And he whooped me. Bro. Yeah.
He's a ringer, dude.
I can't remember if he was using Storm or I was using Storm, but just kept focusing on Storm. That's where I fucked up. She's hot.
Yeah. See, that's the problem, bro. Sometimes those old games, they make them too hot.
Yeah.
Like, you ever play Soul Calibur? That was like an old game I play in like Sega and shit. And like the girls, bro, that should be uncomfortable. I'd play with my dad. And sometimes he would pick them. And I'm like, bro, why are you picking this hot ass girl? Her tits are out. It's just like one piece of ivy covering it. And I was like, this is
Mortal
insane.
Kombat, Katana.
Bro, would you smash?
Yeah. I'll get whooped by her, man. Can't hit her. She's too beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro.
I know that's kind of like sexist, but I can't hit a woman who's too beautiful.
Bro, so you just lose the game. You're playing Mortal Kombat and someone picks Katana. You're like, fuck.
I know it's fucked up.
I don't hit women. I'm like, damn, this is not fair.
I know it's fucked up. But when that character Melina would play on this new Mortal Kombat 1, you played that one yet? Nah. She has like the Baraka face now.
Like Obama?
Barack, no.
She's in blackface, bro. That's fucked up. She cannot be doing that.
Her I can hit because I don't like people who do blackface.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like racists, bro. I'll fuck up a racist.
Nah, you remember that dude Baraka? He had like the knives and like the really monster mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So Melina's character now has like this monster face. Oh, man, I whooped her so easy.
Yeah. That's the rule, bro. You're not allowed to hit pretty women. Remember that, gentlemen.
This is video games, all right?
Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, I meant video games. No, but dude, OT is so funny. Like, that's the thing that like scares me about comedy sometimes is like, you're like, dude, comedians are the funniest people in the world. And then you hang out with just like a guy from Texas and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I guess other people are also really funny.
Dude, I know a lot of comedians are gonna like hate what I'm about to say. But I believe that the funniest people on this earth are not non-comedians.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, because like the funniest shit it comes off when you're not trying. The funniest jokes on stage even are the ones that seem flawless, you know?
Yeah.
And the ultimate not trying is not being a comedian.
There's nothing less trying than never doing stand-up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like sitting at home and smoking and being a funny guy.
Being a guy who doesn't have to be funny and being funny is the coolest shit in the world.
Yes.
I regret being a comic every day. That's why I told you I'm trying to go to DeVry, like fucking change it up. If I could take the skills I've learned now and apply them to some factory job, bro, I'll feel so good about myself.
And you would be the funniest guy there. You know what I mean? And like that's the ultimate goal. Like you hang out with comedians all the time and you're like, bro, maybe I'm not the funniest guy in this room. But you hang out at the shop.
Dude, you hang out at the shop and you're the funniest guy there. You might not get like tons of money or groupies, but one of these guys invites you to their cookout, you can hook up with his sister. That's
more than you're already getting.
There
you know
you
what
go.
I mean? So like that's the whole game. Now I remember like killing at like lunch tables in high school in ways that I've never killed to this day. I'm chasing that feeling. You know what I mean? Like the lunch table shit.
Stand-up comedy is your magic dragon.
Yes,
just
bro.
Chasing it, you'll never catch
bro.
it.
I'm trying to find that moment, that lunchtime moment where like your friend, you're just cooking him. Like he brought some trash for lunch and you're just destroying him.
Those are the best. Those are the best comedy highs. They say that when you smoke crack, the first time you smoke it is going to be the highest you'll ever get. And every time that you smoke crack, you're just really chasing that high, but you'll never get it.
Yeah.
Your cafeteria lunch table was your crack, bro. Mm-hmm. That was your crack moment.
That's the moment, bro.
Hell yeah.
Bro, like I even think about that with my family. Like we would do family dinners every Friday, and I have 6 siblings. My parents had 7 kids.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Like, same.
We really are Catholic as shit.
Yeah, bro. Come on, shout out to the lady.
Virgin Mary.
Literally, dude.
Or wait, Guadalupe? Or which one is that one?
That's
Bro.
Guadalupe. I mean, it's still a Virgin Mary.
That's still a Virgin Mary?
Yeah, the Guadalupe one's not sluttier, bro. What are you talking about?
I just never, like...
dude, there's a Virgin Mary, then there's a Mexican Mary that's like kind of a hoe. Like,
I shouldn't know this, but I should know this being Mexican, growing up with tons of those around
bro,
the
you have
house.
5 candles with that lady.
But I never was, I don't know, man.
You thought that was your grandma?
Nah, it was...
This whole time, you're like, yo, my grandma is really popular, bro.
When I was a little kid, when like very small, I shouldn't have been watching Adult Swim, but I would, right? And I would also watch like the Fox Saturday morning cartoons. And I was also very huge into Batman. But when I was very small, I would constantly confuse or think that like, are they the same person or not? With Batman, Wolverine, and that one, was it like Ghostface something? Going like Adult Swim. And I had the same thing with like Virgin Mary and like Guadalupe, Virgin Mary. Like, I'm like, are they the same person or not?
No, they might be, dude. Honestly, maybe. I think they're the same. I think it's like a multiverse. You know what I mean? Like, you know how Miles Morales is Spider-Man, but also Tobey Maguire. You know what I'm saying? So it's just multiverse shit. This is Multiverse Virgin Mary. You know what I mean?
This is Virgin Mary Earth 182.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know, Black Jesus, that's just multiverse Jesus.
Wait, we got so off topic though. What were we talking about? You had 7 brothers and sisters?
Oh, yeah. But we would all sit at dinner. And we would debate which Virgin Mary would beat the other one in a death match. And like at the end of the world, if the multiverses combine, you know what I mean? Like if Thanos tried to wipe everyone off, which Virgin Mary could take him? No, we would just like riff, and literally the dinner table would just be a pie.
I am La Virgen.
Oh, imagine. They gotta make the Bible a comic book. But you would be way more religious, be honest.
Bible cinematic universe.
Yes, dude. Literally. And get the other religions in the mix too.
Hell yeah.
Because Jesus does crossover episodes.
Bro, you ever see that South Park where like the aliens come and they find out that every race of people on the planet is actually like is from a different planet, and they all got put there to make a TV show called Earth. So like, you know, Mexicans, Chinese people, they're all from their own planet and they all got put. And I think that's true sometimes.
Yeah, bro.
And I think that would make the whole Bible movie better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the religions are part of it. You know what I mean?
First movie is like Catholicism. The second movie is like Jewish people. And then like finally 10 years later, we get the whole like, you know, there's just some like hardcore American Christian. He's like getting his ass whooped by the devil.
Bro.
And he just all of a sudden hears like on your left, there's a bunch of Hasidic Jews coming out of like the ring, the Doctor Strange ring. And it's like some sort of Hindu 8-armed person that makes the rings come up.
They make the whole circle, Shiva.
Yeah,
and
the Shiva.
Bro, that's fire. And then that's the final episode. They all have a showdown.
Yeah.
The show of Earth, bro.
Hell
That's
yeah.
sick. But no, I do sometimes think, remember like when you watch Disney Channel back in the day and like all of a sudden like the Wizards of Waverly Place would be like at Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
That was so lit. Timmy Turner meets Jimmy Neutron.
Yes, bro.
That was so badass.
Yeah. And like that's sometimes what I feel like religion is. Like I remember I had to take a religion class in college and we had to read the Quran. I'd never read the Quran before. All of a sudden I'm reading it and it's like, and then Jesus said, I'm like,
You see, it starts to intertwine.
bro, Jesus made it to this one?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you read the Torah and you're like, this is literally the same shit.
Bro.
And then you read the Mormon book.
What makes it even cooler is that you had no like trailers to know that you were about to get hit with that badass crossover.
Bro, I'm just watching Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and all of a sudden, fucking Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez,
What? How is she here doing spells, bro?
Selena
That's
Gomez
crazy.
is Jesus.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
Or like they did one with That's So Raven. I don't even remember which one. But that shit just like blew my mind. I was like, bro, they're in the same. Had no idea.
Hell yeah.
I had no idea this black family and this white family were in the same world, and they could go to each other's houses.
They did something like that too with like what was it, like some 90s sitcoms like fuck man, I can't remember which it was, like Family Matters crossed over with one, but those would go hard.
Bro, that shit is my favorite. That's my favorite, and that's why religion is to like lean into more of that.
Hell yeah.
Like if like that would get me. See, that's how you get people in.
It's less we're right, you're wrong, and it should be more of like
Multiverse, bro.
like yeah. we gotta band together. We have common enemies.
Yeah, dude. Right, dude?
Hell yeah.
Like, we're all trying to go against the devil. You know what I mean? Everyone's got the devil.
Everybody's got some the devil or some sort of devils, you know? Something, right?
That's what I'm saying. So let's just all team up and go against them.
Yeah.
Have the greatest showdown ever.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That'd be fire.
Oh, I'm gonna go to church tomorrow. I'll go to church.
Yeah, right, dude? Did you go to church a lot growing up?
Nah, man. I go every now and then. My grandma would try to like get us more involved. She wouldn't go that much either. Like she wasn't going like all the time, but she was putting an effort to go more often.
Yeah.
And she just always ended up going alone. I felt so bad. But we did go a couple times. There was one in downtown Dallas. It was big, like the cathedral or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, like
man.
Basilica or some shit.
I don't know, man. I was barely even aware of what was going on. You know? I just was waiting for the church to be over because they had like what are they called, the fucking like the paleta man, like a little ice cream man,
Bro.
And he had like chips and stuff.
I had the same shit, bro.
Right outside of the church,
Bro, they would do donuts.
Donuts
After mass on Sunday, and literally this is how I know I'm like a real like fat ass at heart. Is like I would go to church and I'm like, yo, these donuts are fire, bro. You know what I mean? Like I would go for the donuts. And if they wouldn't do the donuts, because like we would go to like 5 o'clock mass and they wouldn't have donuts after that one, I'd be like, this whole thing's a waste, bro. Why did I even go?
My grandma would get pissed if I'd fall asleep during church because I would just sit there like falling asleep. So in my mind, I was just like, paleta man, paleta man, paleta man. Like you keep your faith strong, he will be there. Like
nah, they can't be mad at you for falling asleep.
Don't fall into the sleep, man. Don't fall into temptation. Bro, paleta man was my like. I was keeping the faith for him.
Yeah, bro, you need a candle with him on it.
Yeah.
Like in your house, it's going to be Guadalupe and then paleta, man.
Yeah.
He's just there just with churros. You're like, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, bro. That early going to church shit was the best. I don't know. Like, I liked it. I liked going, hanging out, seeing people. I met my girl low-key through church.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, we met like Bible study, like on the side.
Well, okay, you said you got married at 23.
23.
How long were y'all dating before? How old were you when you met her?
Bro, we met, I was like 17, 18. Like,
you were 17, 18 going to Bible
school.
study?
Yeah, and she was like 11, 12. No,
he was I was like, this dude's so Catholic.
Bro, yeah, exactly. No, we were the same grade. We both met like 17, 18. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college and then get like a way better girlfriend. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I went to college.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah.
We went to college, and she doesn't listen to this podcast. But no, I went to college, and then I didn't meet anyone better. I was like, oh, that's as good as it gets. This woman is the best. Okay. And so like we broke up for like maybe like a week, like a little break, and then immediately I called her back up crying. I was like,
you had broke up with her?
It was like kind of a mutual thing.
Yeah.
AKA, she broke up with me. No. Anytime a guy says it's mutual, it's definitely not mutual. But no, we both were just kind of. She went to school super far away. I went to school in Orlando, so I was like, all right, let's take a break, see what happens. You know what I mean? These are the rules of the break. It's like we couldn't call or text each other, but we could email.
It's still communication though.
Yeah, but my mind was like, at least there's distance.
You're like, nobody checks emails.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I was like, I'll write you a letter. But nah, like it was literally it. It took like a week or two off, and I was like, nah, I love this woman. I'll marry her.
Yeah, I guess that's a fucking put it to the test, and you'll truly know. You know, love.
Oh yeah.
If you truly love, set it free.
100%. That's what I try to tell her now. I'm like, yo, let me cheat. Right? Like if you love me, you'll let me free. And she's like, no, that's not how that works.
You want to hear some crazy, like some evil maniacal advice?
Please.
Don't ask for permission to cheat. Just do it and act like it never happened.
That is genius. Why did I think of that? Wait, but
that's what a true cheater does.
What happens if she confronts me? She's like, oh, why is there underwear in your suitcase?
Well, don't put the underwear in the suitcase, man. We were talking about on Flagrant, man. I grew up with dope dealers. I just was always taught to lie and cover your tracks. Not that I'm doing that now.
No, of course not. You would never do that.
I would never.
But lying is awesome.
This thing doesn't exist, you know, like how the mafia does.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man.
But lying is fun. Like
lying is pretty fun.
Well, what's your favorite type of lie? You think?
The little white lies, bro. The ones that don't matter.
You go white.
Yeah, I go little ones. If I honestly can't keep up like big important lies. I really couldn't be like the cheating type around because to fucking keep that shit up for years, bro, I'm not gonna be able to do that.
You don't do bold face?
No, I'm not. Like honestly, like the whole cheating stuff. I like to joke around with that. Sometimes I joke around with my girl about shit like that. Where I'm like, if you're cheating on me, just make sure you're done by like 5. That's when I'm getting back. You know, like. But I sometimes I do wonder, like, what if she's that smart or she's been cheating and she can get away with it? But I don't think I could keep it up, man.
No, that's my thing. I like my favorite lies in order, probably white, bold face, through your teeth.
Bro, my family didn't let me know. My family didn't even let me know that they were selling drugs until they started getting arrested and going to prison because they knew how much of a doofus I was. And like, I'm not going to, don't tell me secrets.
No, I can't handle the pressure. I can't handle the pressure.
Wait, can you tell me your order of your favorite lies again?
Bro, it's white.
White lies?
White is the most fun. Yeah. And then bold face.
Bold face. Do you ever get mad? Do you feel like it's kind of racist that they name them white lies?
Yes, bro.
Could
Like,
you imagine if the term was Mexican lies? I love a good Mexican lie. I'd be like, what?
Yeah. No, a Mexican lie. What even is that? Like, yo, are
That's
you a
when
citizen?
you lie in Spanish.
Are you a citizen?
That's when you claim to be a citizen.
Yeah, exactly. You're
That's
like,
when you lie about residency.
yeah. Hey, do you want me to pay you W-2? And they go, no, thank you. That's a lie.
Okay, white lie.
Yeah, white bold face is good.
Bold face.
Yeah. That's
But
just
what is technically a bold face lie though?
bold face is just looking at someone just like how we are right now, just being like, oh yeah, I'm not married.
Oh shit. Okay, that's not a white lie anymore. That's bold face lie.
Bro, look how bold my face is.
What is the third one?
Oh, that's through your teeth.
Through your teeth?
Yeah, lying through your teeth.
What is that one?
Lying through your teeth is gonna be a little different. Lying through your teeth is like you're kind of smiling, kind of like playing it off. You're like, oh yeah, no, that's my friend. Like I don't even really know them.
Ah.
That's through your teeth.
Ooh, those could be fucking. That one and bold face can be really fucking like detrimental.
Yeah, no, those are crazy. Those are crazy. White lies are cute, and then Pretty Little, I guess, has like an honorable mention just because it's a good show.
I love a good mushroom trip, and I think bold face lies are fun to watch, especially like on TV or just in real life too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm tripping, like, whoa, like I'm thinking of how real this shit is. I'm like, you are about to change the course of a lot of people's lives if you don't fucking tell the truth here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to watch. I want to watch where this goes now.
Bro, like there's the craziest bullface. This is kind of bullface. Yeah, this is kind of bullface. But there's a dude that murdered someone in his neighborhood, and then they're interviewing him on TV. And this crazy motherfucker has the audacity to walk up to the camera and be like, "What happened?" And then because he's trying to throw him off the case, that's bullface. And he's being serious. He's like, "Yo, what happened?"
That's fucking sick.
And they're looking at him and they're like, "Someone got murdered here, and they found the body." And the guy's face is like, "Someone got murdered?" and they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How'd they find the suitcase?" And they're like, "Find what?" And he's like, "Or the body." How did they find?
Dumbass.
And he's just like in it, and it's so. And then he like goes and sits down. And he's like, "Holy shit, they found him! I didn't think they were gonna find him." But also, it just looks like he's dealing with finding out someone got murdered in his neighborhood. But then he did it, and then they found him, and then now the video is still out there on the internet. It's crazy.
So, but he got caught.
Yeah, he got caught.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad he got caught. It makes me feel less guilty about liking the lies he told. Also, he fucked up though. They weren't even good lies.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love watching shows like Breaking Bad and like Better Call Saul, Sopranos, because it's people just bold-faced lying, bro. Bold-face. And they're doing it so good.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh, it feels so good to watch.
No, it's impressive. And then through your teeth, like you don't see that as much. I feel like people try to like play that off, like, oh yeah, it's nothing. And like that is like I feel like it's easier to tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you a good like catching someone bullshit? You got good like shit dar?
Kind of. Also, I think I can catch it most of the times. I think I'll have like a little hunch of like something they said that was weird or the way they said it, you know?
Yeah.
But I also think that I'm really like good at giving off those tells too. Like I can tell when somebody's like, I've never played poker, but I think I could tell when somebody's got a bad hand or somebody's not being honest, you know? But I also think I give off those fucking signals so easy.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm the worst liar.
Yeah.
Of all time, bro. I can't handle the pressure. I get anxious. I feel guilty. I've lied to people about like bullshit. Like, like someone will ask me, I don't really watch movies, right? Mm-hmm. I've never seen your favorite movie. Whatever your favorite movie is, I haven't seen it.
You've never seen Becky's First Time?
No, I actually have seen that one. That one's awesome. The sequel is good too.
Becky's second time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude. Like I just never watch movies. So people will sometimes bring stuff up and then I'll accidentally lie for no reason.
Oh,
people will be like, "Yo, you seen that movie?" And I'll go, "Yeah." And they go, "Oh yeah, what's the actor's name?" And I'm like, I just and I'll like even if they don't even catch me, I'll just text them later and be like, "Hey, yo, by the way, I never saw that movie." Like it just weighs on me.
Later?
Yeah, I'll be like, "Bro, like, dude, where's my car?" Like, I just didn't see it, dude. My bad. And like, I don't know. I hate the guilt. I can't lie. I'll just be honest.
I can tell maybe a small lie, but even those like. I think I could keep them if they're small and like meaningless, and I think those are kind of funny to me.
Yeah,
yeah, like just small shit. like I've never been to New Mexico, but I've told tons of people that I've been there. And they're like, oh yeah, you go to this part? I'm like, no, I don't think I went there. And I'm like, I don't know, I was with somebody else, you know? Yeah, but big lies, I think I can keep the secret for a while. Like if something happened that I should lie about or whatever, to like not fuck shit up, I think I can hold the secret. But I think once you ask me, I'll like confess.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe not the first time. Maybe I can lie about it. Maybe the first couple of times, like, yo, did you fucking go hang out with such and such? I'll be like, nah. Yeah. But eventually, like a month later, I'm gonna be so fucking tired. My lie stamina.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, we hung out. Sorry, I gotta tell this story about me hanging out with such and such.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, it's rounds. Anyone can do one round of boxing.
Yeah.
You get to the 12th, that's where it starts being like, oh my gosh.
it's like lunch money. Like if somebody was gonna threaten to beat me up or take my lunch money, I could probably fight off the first time, but the second time you come for the lunch, I'm like, just take the fucking money.
Exactly, bro. You don't want to deal with it. Like, this is how much I don't like lying. I don't have kids yet, but eventually when I have kids, I'm not doing Santa.
Nah?
Not doing Santa, bro.
I used to tell myself that.
What, that Santa exists?
I used to tell
I tell
myself,
myself, I'm like, bro, he's real, man. He's real.
wait, Santa?
Yeah.
Oh, you said you're not doing Santa.
I'm not doing Santa with
I
my
thought you
kids.
said you're not doing stand-up.
Bro, imagine.
I'm like, you're lying to me right now.
What's up, guys? We're going to take a break from this conversation because you need to take the bad out of your habits. Yeah. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're out with the boys, 2 a.m., you're drinking, throwing down a couple cold ones. Who knows? Maybe some Bud Lights, maybe some Tall Boys, if you know what I'm saying. And you're doing a couple more and you're hanging out outside the bar, and all of a sudden someone pulls out a bad habit. You know what I'm talking about. One of those little good ones. You know what I mean? They pull out one of these little skinny boys. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll take a hit. Maybe I'll try it out. And that is your mistake. You do that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all of a sudden you're hooked. And that is a bad habit. I'm telling you, if you know me, I don't like to put artificial stuff in my body. I don't like to put crap into my body. I'm trying to be as health conscious as I can. And that's why I got one of these. Yes. Maybe you've never seen it before. Maybe you have one in your hand right now. This is called a Fume. It's an award-winning device that changed my life. That's great. Because with Fume, I don't have to change my habit. I can just take the bad out of the habit. Fume, instead of electronics, it's completely natural. Instead of vapor, it's using flavored air. Yes, it has a little essential oil cartridge right here that goes inside the Fume, and you are just breathing in crisp, cool, flavored air. This is actually the mint flavor. This is the one I like. And then instead of harmful chemicals, it's all natural, delicious flavors. I'm telling you, man, it is a nice, sleek design. It's something that's nice to like fidget with. Listen to this right here, baby. Yeah, I'm doing that all day. Even if I'm not taking a puff of this thing, I'm just spinning it. I love that. So it's sleek, it's cool, it looks cool, it's super discreet. You can travel with it, you can go anywhere in the world with it. I'm telling you, around the studio, we're hitting these things. It's just fun, and it's a good way to keep the habit, but just take the bad out of it. You know what I mean? I know what you're thinking. You're like, flavored air, what does that even mean? I know, I had the same thought. I was like, this is gonna be kind of stupid. And then I went, oh, okay, I get it. I completely get it. I like essential oils. I always use essential oils before I sleep. And with Fume, especially this mint cartridge, it's just a refreshing deep breath that makes me feel calm, cool, collected, takes my anxiety away. It's awesome. So here's what I want you to do. If you're interested in joining over the 100,000 customers that have taken the bad out of their habit, I want you to go to TryFume, that's TryFum.com, and use the code Gagnon, G-A-G. And I want you to check out the Journey Pack. If you use the code Gagnon when you check out the Journey Pack is going to give you everything you need to get started on your journey of taking the bad out of your habits. Stop putting harmful chemicals into your body. Try to be a little more health conscious, especially if you're putting down brews, right? You don't want to just double up. So you can go to TryFume, TryFum, use the code Gagnon, Gagnon, for 10% off your order today. Now let's get back to the episode.
I tell my kid the Santa lie.
Nah, bro.
He's 4. I tell him.
Bro, Santa's 4?
No, I tell
Baby Santa? That's crazy.
I don't know, man. It's easy to be like, yo, when I have kids, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But once you have them there's certain things that I'm like, fuck. I did kind of think about that Santa thing when he was like 1 or 2. But then I was like, man, he's going to love Christmas more if I involve this whole Santa character.
Why, though?
Wait till you see your kid fall in love with characters. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like superheroes, cartoons, whatever. Once they get the idea of Santa, they're gonna like have more fun with it, and you don't want them to kind of feel left out when you see other kids enjoying Santa.
Bro, you're just punking your kid though.
You think so?
Bro, you're punking them, bro, because you're gonna eventually. I remember when I found out Santa was real, I was flummoxed. I was aghast. Yeah. I sat there flabbergasted. I was like, what? That's why I'm a conspiracy theorist, low key. People will be like, dude, how do you believe in this crazy conspiracy, yada, yada, 9/11 this, moon landing that? I'm like, bro, the first 15 years of my life.
Bro, well,
the first 8 years
do you want to be the guy who believes everything, though? Like, would you have, like, imagine they never told you about Santa, right? And they were just honest with you. Would you still be the conspiracy theorist?
No, bro, because listen, like, you do conspiracies, right? And people will be like, they always say this. They go, bro, there's no way all those people could keep that secret. Guess what? The first 15 years of my life, that secret was kept.
Yeah.
I went the first 15 years of my life believing that Santa was real. And then all of a sudden one day,
now you're a better person for it.
No,
now you're on your toes,
now I
bro.
question everything.
It's good. You should. That's the sign of a smart, intelligent person. You can't just trust everything. I want my son to be a little let down by a little white lie.
That is a
like
white.
Santa.
That's boldface, bro. Because you're gaslighting him. You're setting up cookies.
I don't even know what gaslighting means, but I don't like that term. Don't throw that at me.
Yeah, that's racial. That's
but
my bad. That was rude of me to do. I'm sorry, dude. Literally, bro.
But I do think that it is gonna suck when my son finds out that Santa doesn't exist. But I'll use that and I'll be like, you see how you fell for that? Don't fall for everything. You had your fun. It's like a breakup, bro. You got it. Yeah, we had a good time together, but this breakup is teaching me what to look out for in my next relationship. You know, you need the breakup to learn, to grow.
So you know you're just doing Santa to teach your kid a lesson. That's if you can acknowledge that.
I didn't until you brought this up. At first I thought I was just giving him like an awesome childhood.
No, bro. No, because, bro, one day you're going to tell him. Bro. He's going to be like, oh, what about all the reindeer food? Oh, Dad, what about the milk and cookies?
Double entendre, bro. Double entendre.
What the hell is that?
That's, when you get like two meanings to something. I don't know if I'm using this correctly, but it does feel like a two birds, one stone, double entendre type situation. I'm giving him this awesome childhood. Mm-hmm. He's enjoying like 1 to 8 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then imagine that's around the time he's going to figure out that it's not real, right? And now.
Some of us later, who knows?
Right. Okay. Let's just hypothetically, 8 years old, maybe 9 if we're pushing it. 9 years old, he figures out that Santa's not real. He already had a fucking blast from 1 through 9, enjoying all these Santa Christmases. Now, it's not like he's gonna. I don't think he'll feel robbed. No matter if a girl breaks up with you, yeah, it might suck that you don't get to have this anymore. But you still smashed for 9 years.
Yo, Santa's a hot bitch.
Santa's a hot bitch. You got to see that booty jiggle for 9 years.
You got the loogie in the booty hole, bro.
You got the loogie in her butthole. Now you can go forward, being more weary, a wiser person, knowing that you can't trust everything you hear. And sure, now that sucks that wasn't real. But now you're smarter from it, and you still got to enjoy that, bro. Fine. It's a win-win. It's a double entendre.
Barbosa.
Okay.
What if your kid comes to you when they're not ready? How old's your son?
He's 4.
What if he turns 5, hypothetically?
Turns 5?
What if he turns 5? And then he goes to you and says, hey, Ralph. Does he call you Ralph?
No, he calls me Ralph. I'm going old school Southern dad on him. Better watch him out, boy.
Okay. So he comes up to you and goes, hey, Dad, does Santa exist? He asks you. What do you tell him?
He's not going to ask. But if he does.
He's smart, bro. You're a smart guy. Your kid's probably smarter.
Yeah, but my kid's better at having a good time than I am. I look into things way too much because I have been lied to and like fucking... I think my trauma goes a little deeper than my son. So I'm a little more on edge than he is or than he was at that age.
Yeah. When did you find out Santa wasn't real?
I think I started looking at signs pretty early on. Mm-hmm. Also, I mean, I grew up very spoiled, like financially. Like if I asked for things, I'd get them. So I was spoiled enough to know that if I want something for Christmas, I know who's gonna. I pretty much had an idea of who's gonna buy it. I still was like under the impression of Santa, but also, man, Santa gets ruined for like I don't know how it is for all Latinos, but I know for sure Santa gets ruined for Mexican kids way earlier than it does for most other kids that believe in Santa because we celebrate on Christmas Eve.
That's what we do.
Yeah?
My family does Christmas Eve, and then I would ask my mom, how did Santa get here? And she's like, oh, well, he gets a head start, time zones.
No, I didn't even,
what?
I was just kind of like watching everybody get drunk, and I'm like, wait. I'm watching like Christmas movies too. I'm like, he delivers presents Christmas Eve, but I'm staying up. Like, where does he drop them?
Where's he at?
When I'm in the shitter? Like, it doesn't make no sense. So pretty early on, I was already kind of phasing out of it. One day I did finally just ask to get a clear question. And it was exactly it. This is what also taught me how to talk to girls and how to spot rejection
Did
early.
you fuck Mrs. Claus, bro?
No,
what happened?
I asked my mom. I said, "Is Santa real?" And she was like, "He's real to people who want him to be." And I was just like, "All right, so this is all been full of shit, So now when going into middle school, once I was older, I remember that was the first time I asked a girl to be my girlfriend, and she said, she was like, I'm not really sure if I'm looking for a relationship. And then I just thought back to that Santa thing. Like, he's real to the people who want to be. I'm like, oh shit. If there's no for sure answer, then it means no.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
That's so funny.
So Santa made me wiser, bro. I'm telling you.
You got to use that line. Next time a girl's ever like, Ralph, are you faithful? You got to be like, look. You say no. No, you don't say that. You say, look, I'm faithful if you believe I am. And it's like Santa. See, maybe Santa helps.
When it comes to relationships, I honestly think I'm so faithful that I don't even have a problem joking about it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, we'll see.
Bro, that's the beauty of faithfulness. That's the beauty of it.
It comes with some confidence.
Is that you can be an asshole and you're allowed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Daniel Tosh, my favorite comedian, he had this joke where he's like, if your boyfriend has ever dressed up in a couple's costume for Halloween, know that he's cheated on you before.
I would never do that, bro.
Any faithful guy, if a girl comes up to him and they're like, hey, we're going to go as a plug in an outlet, he would go, fuck no, I'm staying home and I'm watching football. But if he cheated on you, he'd be like, okay, babe, I love you. That's how you know.
That's true, man. I'm not really big on, like I was saying earlier, I'm not really big on celebrating my birthday. Mm-hmm. And the girl I'm seeing right now, my girl was saying something like, what do you want to do for your birthday, right? And I was just like, well, I don't really want to celebrate this. I'm not really planning nothing. And the second time, in the same phone call, I think it was, we were talking on the phone, she brought it up again. She's like, so what do you think you want to do for your birthday? And I was just like, if you don't get on with that shit, I don't want to, what the fuck? And I told her that I was going to end up being out here. I was like, I'm not going to really celebrate. I'm going to be out here, And I don't know I think she trusts me. And maybe somewhere in the back of her mind, she thought what if he goes and fucks around or something, partying on his birthday or whatever, right? But I also think I don't know. I think I emphasized it enough and was mean enough to know that if I'm not celebrating with you, I'm not celebrating it. But I'm like, nah, bro, I don't want to do shit.
Yes.
Stop bringing it up.
Yeah, and you're allowed to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you are who you are.
Yeah.
You are who you say you are. You know
there's no part of me that was thinking I should sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
And be like, look, I don't want to celebrate it. Don't think I'm gonna be out here doing anything.
That's where it's suspicious.
I'm not gonna explain shit, bro. I was just like,
maybe that's a good lesson for women. If your guy doesn't joke about constantly cheating on you, he's cheating on you.
Yeah. Also, this is a lesson for guys who cheat. Act like you've never done it, bro.
Say you do it all the time, and then I'll throw off the trail.
I'm just full of lessons for people, bro.
Yeah, right, dude.
I'm
unlimited wisdom.
I'm like a wizard.
Hey, tell me this though. This happened to me, a week ago, related to birthdays. I want to get a present for my friend, right? He's a close friend of mine. I wanted to hook him up.
You're gay.
No, how's that gay?
I'm kidding.
Getting a present for your boy? That's not gay.
Nah, I do it all the time.
It's for you, motherfucker. Fine.
It's
Fuck your
for me.
present. Yeah. I literally got you so much shit that said from Santa, but not anymore. Not anymore, motherfucker. Yeah, watch. It was an old Chevy. That's what it was.
It was an old Chevy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
It was an old one.
I'll be gay for a Chevy, bro.
Yeah, right, dude?
I'll be gay for a Chevy.
Also, you'll Brokeback Mountain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell
It'd be a good Chevy commercial.
Yeah, we'll turn that shit into a flatbed. You know what I'm saying? But no, literally, I was like, I hit her up. I was like, hey, I want to get my friend a present. I hit up his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So I reached out to her. I was like, hey, I want to get him a present. I don't know exactly what to get him. So I gave her 4 ideas. And she was like, oh, all of these are good ideas. But there's a 5th idea that I don't think you've considered. He wants to get a couples massage. And I was like, this seems like a present for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, do I get him the 4 things I brought up, or do I get him the thing that his girlfriend brought up that also benefits her?
When's her birthday?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess it's his birthday also.
Do that for her birthday, you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was tricky to me.
No way, dude. No
like,
way, dude.
For example, a wedding gift. Your boy's getting married. Do you get them a present if you don't really know her?
I don't go to the wedding. I don't support that. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah. I'll
Don't
never
support
get
weddings in
married,
general.
bro. Nah,
I only go to gay weddings. That's my rule. Okay? Yeah, straight people get married. That shit is boring.
I only go to gay weddings, and I only give Chevys.
Exactly, dude. That's a good. Yo, if you're gay, I'm gonna invite you to my wedding, bro. Like, yo, if I'm gay, I'm inviting you to my wedding.
Get you a brand new Chevy.
Even if I'm straight, bro, I might get married.
But to be fair, I'm giving you like the gayest Chevy, like a Chevy Volt.
Yeah, how dare you? The electric one?
Wait, yeah. wait. Okay, so the question was, if your boy's getting married,
he invites you. You got to get him a gift.
Yeah.
Do you get them a gift, or do you just get him a gift? And is it disrespectful just to get him a gift?
Nah, I don't think it's. I think it's like a slightly disrespectful. Like it's like.
But you don't know her.
Like a syringe holds up to like what 30 milliliters or something, 60. I think it's like 15 milliliters of disrespect that you're injecting into their wedding there. But I do think you should go the route of getting it for them because it is like them. You know what I mean?
But what do you get? 2 people, one person you know super well.
I don't give a fuck how many toasters they have. I'm giving you another toaster. What you get married for?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't even think I should give you a gift anyway, just because you love somebody forever.
That's the thing. How, are you gonna love them forever too?
Yeah, like, I think you could. I think by the time you die, you could still be in love with them. But I think it's perfectly fine to like love them, hate them for a few months, love them again for a few months. You're only human. You know what I mean?
But that's why I only get gifts at the 2-year anniversary.
2-year anniversary.
I go to the wedding. I wait 1 year. I watch. I wait another year. If they're still married, toaster.
Bro, I've only been to one wedding my whole life.
Really?
I didn't even take no gift. They had open bar, like free drinks. I got gifts. I went and fucking drank for free all night. No, I didn't black out, but I got pretty fucking drunk.
Whose wedding was this?
It was like the sister of like my girlfriend's friend.
You're fine. Of your girlfriend's friend. I mean, that's a deep cut, bro.
Yeah, it was like her friend's sister or something.
You don't gotta do nothing for that. That's fine.
Yeah, you just enjoy. You just reap the benefits.
Yeah, your vibes. You just bring vibes.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Hell yeah. I don't even know how to dance. I just danced all night.
Hell yeah, dude.
Weddings are fun. Weddings can be fun, man. I went to the church, which was not as fun, but
like the ceremony.
The ceremony thing. Yeah, they did like the ceremony thing.
Like in a mass.
Bro, there was not a whole lot of people at like the mass ceremony thing, and then there was tons of people at the party getting free drinks, and I thought that was pretty fucked up.
Right? Like you don't go for the God part, but you go for the alcohol part.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
You go for the celebration, but you don't go to watch them tie the actual knot.
Yeah, but at the same time though, I got married at a Catholic ceremony. We did the whole mass, and for people that were not raised religious, they were like, "Yeah, that's long." I get it from their perspective.
I kind of don't. Yeah, I was like drunk. I was like wanting to yell at everybody. I was like, I was there. None of you were.
You didn't even see it.
I was like yelling at her mom. Like, where were you?
Would you get married at the church?
Yeah.
Like on some tradition shit.
I would get married at the church. I would not get like legally married. I don't get the point of that. If I love you, I gotta prove it to the government. What I gotta sign papers for?
But for God, you would do it.
Yeah.
But that shit was mad awkward at my wedding. Because, like, we did it at the church, and, like, someone that I hooked up with was there, bro.
What?
The priest was right there. Literally, I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Nice, bro.
Yeah. Yo, fuck you.
make them watch. Look at me now, upgraded.
Right? Come on.
You old fart.
Yeah. You wish you could get this. I wore my tight pants that
You're
day,
never going to get in here again.
Yeah, I wore my tight shit. I was like, yeah, look, watch me walk away. Motherfucker. Bro, someone probably did that. That's crazy. So that's probably happened to someone where they got married and the priest that fucking diddled them was there.
Congratulations to that guy, because I bet you he fucking... Bro, I would love to one-up somebody who I used to, freak with.
Yeah, right?
I would love to be like, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look what I'm doing, huh? Yeah, you wish you could. I don't know, bro. The wedding is a fun vibe. You got to do it one day.
Yeah, I'd do it, man. I'd do it. I think if I was going to marry anybody, it'd be like the girl I'm with now.
Yeah.
She's like, bro, she's great. Yeah. I can't even I don't even know how to put it into words. She's just great. I've dated people before, She's the greatest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a high compliment.
Yeah.
That's a very thoughtful thing to say.
Or I could not marry her and just stay with her forever and just see how much she actually loves me.
That's also
My uncle's
fine.
been with his common law wife for 20 years, never put a ring on it. That's true love.
But what if you did this? You could get married in the church, have a whole party, go crazy. You wear a suit, she wears a fucking dress, whatever, the whole deal.
But the whole time the priest is talking, I'm like doing the cross my finger
he's
behind my
doing
back.
that also. Yeah, exactly. If you just do that the whole time,
None
then
of
it's
this
fine.
counts.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. I don't know really how exactly the rules of luck, but I think you could do that.
Okay, so I get the
You
suit.
do the whole thing, you get her a ring, but then you just don't do it legally.
Yeah, I don't think I would do it legally.
Yeah. Bro, you're so Mexican, you're like, everything's illegal.
Everything's illegal. I want everything.
Yeah, I got a legal wife.
Can
like
I open
everything.
this genie bottle?
Oh, yeah, but be careful.
You keep saying that, it makes me not want to open it.
Open it. Just be careful, bro.
If I go to hell, it's because of this moment right now. So, see you in hell. Whoa, shit.
Right?
Oh.
That's where the episode ends, just
Let's never
explosion.
talk about this again, and
Yeah,
I'll
you
never
saw
show
that.
what's in there.
You saw that, right? That was intense.
Oh, I think of you so differently now.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. That's the source of all my powers. Yeah, bro.
I didn't even notice this ball until after I opened it. This world is different
Things
now,
are different,
bro.
right? Perspective is shift.
Now I will get married legally.
Oh, see?
I should have never opened that bottle. You said be careful, and I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I'm a whole
This
other
is a
person.
whitening potion, bro. That's what it'll do.
Fuck,
It'll
man.
fucking whiten you up. You're gonna start listening to country music.
I'm gonna start hitting women.
Yeah. Bro, imagine you open it up and it's all of a sudden it's just a black dude and he's like, yo, why are you sitting there on your ass? You gotta wake up, go to school, start working. I'm like, yo, that's where he is, bro.
That's where the divine guy
The
was.
divine guy's
You
ghost
were
is
setting
in
me
here.
up, bro.
Bro, the whole time it's just been hiding in there, dude. Yeah. When you need it most.
When you
that's
need
when
it
he
most.
Comes, that's when he shows
I
up.
need that kick, that
Yeah,
motivation.
that kick in the ass, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why before I go on stage, I listen to that. Just one time, put it down.
Just listen.
I smell like sauce, bro. I'm like, fucking. I feel amazing. You ever think about your funeral? Like, if you had, let's say, obviously, you're going to be very successful.
Subway's hosting it.
Wait, who?
Subway.
Bro, Eat Fresh?
Eat fresh.
Jared
Subway subs.
Fogel's pulling up?
That guy's not allowed. That guy's not allowed.
Yeah, he can't go.
For sure.
But, I mean, you're already so old. Like, it's fine if he goes. He's not going to do anything with you.
That's true. He's not gonna be attracted to me in my adult body.
Yeah, I mean, more than adult. But think about it. In your lifetime, you're gonna make a bunch of money. You're gonna be very wealthy. Okay. Probably mostly through barber stuff. Once you go back to trade school and become like a mechanic, you're gonna be the greatest mechanic ever.
Yes.
Make millions of dollars.
Yes.
And then you get to your funeral. You set up your children, your kids, everyone's taken care of.
Yes.
But you got an extra like mil.
Yes.
How do you spend it on the funeral?
Spend it on the funeral?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd spend a whole meal. I do want like you know how when you go to Subway, you gotta like when you're ordering, there's like the glass.
Oh yeah.
I want the glass over my coffin because I don't want people to like breathe or touch on my body.
The sneeze guard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, they put you in the sneeze guard?
Yeah, sneeze guard.
Oh, that's so funny.
I also want like.
Are you gonna have the sandwich artist behind there?
Yes.
With the apron.
You're only allowed to come look at my body if you put toppings on the body, bro. It's like tomato, pickles. And I don't know. I just want somebody with like good taste, the Subway guy, to be back there. And that way, if you pick like nasty shit to put on there, the guy's like, ew.
Banana peppers?
Yeah, like he'll put it, but I want him to judge you. To be like,
little
gross.
Yeah.
Ralph would have been disgusted by you.
I mean, banana peppers is the grossest thing that you could put on a Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
I believe. I don't know. What's worse? It's truly banana peppers.
Banana peppers, jalapeno.
You going through your whole Subway order?
I'm going through like everything that I see there. I don't know what all the sauces are. So I imagine one of those has to be fucking gross.
That's a good point. There's probably like sometimes that teriyaki doesn't hit the way I want.
No?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had teriyaki.
Yeah,
I've had Chipotle Southwest there. It's pretty good. I'm a classic guy. I'm very basic. I like mayo.
Oh, see? Thank you.
See? But
That's cultural preparation. We'll let you have it. We'll let you have mayo.
Dude, do you know Mexicans love mayo more than white guys? I don't even know why white guys get so much shit for it.
Really?
Our hot dogs, standard mayo.
That's suspect.
Burgers, mayo.
Bro, you've been deep throwing hot dogs with mayo, dude.
Bro, when I go to a fucking restaurant and there's no mayo, like for the hot dogs, like at least mayo packet or something, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I gotta choose between mustard or ketchup?
That is crazy. Bro, you rip open a bag of mayo and then squirt it on there?
Not on the weenie.
What?
On the buns.
Bro, but where's the weenie goes right on it though?
But yeah, but like you don't want to. I mean, you can. Don't
So
get me
you
wrong.
take the weenie out? Mayo on the bun and then
I put it
top?
like the weenie could be there. I'll just like right in between the weenie and the crevice.
Oh yeah.
Right in between the weenie and the bun, I'll put it right there. If I am like back home in Texas, we got like Quick Trip gas stations. I don't think they're really out here. Or if I'm at a gas station that's just a hot dogs or whatever, and I get one of those, you get the bun first. There's like a drawer with like the steamed buns and like this little steam drawer. And I'll go to where the packets are. They got like mayo, relish, all this stuff, ketchup. And I'll open it up and I'll squeeze it on the bun. And then I'll use, you know how the end of the packet has the little spikes? Bro. I'll use that to spread it because I'm very, I know how to use stuff to my advantage.
You're very anal.
Yeah, I'm very anal. I'm very analytic.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it on the other side of the bun and I'll squeeze it right there and then I'll spread it some. And if I'm really craving mayo, like I just haven't eaten in days and I'm just like fucking, sometimes I go 3 days without eating and I'm slowly just surviving off of willpower. But if I'm really hungry, I will put a little mayo on the weenie. Give it the little swirl. Like, you ever see the pictures where there's like...
We got him. We fucking got him, bro. Shut it down. That's what this whole thing was. You didn't realize. You thought this was an IRS meeting. Nah, this is a gay meeting, bro. And you passed with flying colors, literally.
Fuck it, bro. While I'm here...
Don't fuck it. Just eat it. Jesus.
Put the fucking... Just, what is it called? The pattern. What would you call the pattern? Not the semen pattern.
Oh, like serrated, like
when you ever see the pictures of a hot dog and the mustard is like in a squiggly line, squiggly pattern. There we go.
Of mayo.
Sometimes, if I'm feeling a little flamboyant, if I'm feeling a little flagrant, name drop. You never done that?
Nah, I never put mayo on virtually anything.
Bro, next time you're trying a hot dog, take a good look at the Virgin Mary. Put some mayo right in between the hot dog and the bun.
Get a squirt.
Whatever you feel like you're comfortable with. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or just rub some on the... Really, it was just rubbing it on the bun. That's how most Mexicans do it. They rub it on the bun with like a knife, like putting butter on toast. Good.
That's less bad, but doing the edge of a packet on the hot dog is like that's a lot.
Try it, bro.
That's why you're not going to get married. That's why.
Because I'm a
fucking gay.
Edge packet motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. You're a fucking flaming packet. That's what you are.
I would fucking rather eat the hot dogs the way I want them. Put these weenies in my mouth the way I want them for the rest of my life than to get married.
I've been that's crazy, bro. I've been in New York too long where like I don't even like to eat hot dogs straight way anymore.
No,
I go sideways.
Sideways? You just buy it? I didn't know this, man. When I first came to New York and I got a hot dog with mustard on it, they use the most, like 99% of these fucking hot dog stands use that spicy mustard.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's got like napalm.
It's like some weird German shit.
Yeah.
Not to be racist, but what the fuck, Germany?
Right, dude? That's what I'm saying. Germany's good at fucking gassing people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
bro.
take a bite of that and you're like, oh,
it
shit.
tastes so chemically.
Yeah, dude. What do you think mustard gas is? Germans invented it. And they put it right on the hot dogs. And you know who invented hot dogs? Fucking Germans.
Germans?
Yep.
Adolf Hitler?
I don't know if he invented it specifically.
They say that when he killed himself, he did have a hot dog in his mouth. So.
Is that true?
Well, it's a rumor that I kind of started. But.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's a white lie.
That's a white lie?
That's white, I think. Yeah. No, but Hitler was gay, apparently.
I bet. I also heard he was like on meth, listening to his barber a lot.
That is true. Yeah. Wait, listen to his barber?
Yeah, my cousin watches a lot of like History Channel at night when he can't sleep.
Yeah.
And he was saying he was seeing, it was on YouTube. It was like this whole fucking video on Hitler. And he was saying that like Hitler was like on drugs, like a lot of cocaine and like meth or whatever their version of that shit was. Mm-hmm. And that his barber, when he get his haircut, his barber would be like high too. And his barber would give him a lot of ideas, and like Hitler would just fucking run with him. Like he was convinced a lot of his ideas he got like from his barbers.
Bro,
yeah,
it's you guys.
It's me.
Yeah, it's you. It's barbers that really are the fault.
I killed the Jews.
Yeah, bro. But honestly though, have you seen Hitler's haircut?
Yeah,
you could tell his barber was on drugs,
bro. Not to talk too much shit, but Andrew Schulz got kind of like a Hitler thing going on right now.
It's close. It's not the same. Check the pictures. Hitler's a little more faded, I think.
I don't know, man. I'm just afraid of a white dude with a chili bowl, like a hard line. Like that shit scares me on any white dude, bro.
But yo, his barber's is Mexican, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. It is us. We do create Hitlers.
It's you. It's all you, bro. Be honest.
His barber has the easiest job in the world right now. That's step number one. I don't know how many steps it is total, maybe like 7 or 10 steps to a fade.
Yeah.
That's step number one. And he just like one and done. Every time I see Andrew Schulz on the thing, I'm like, bro, I just got to fade that.
Nah, but that's the dream job, though. As a barber, right? Be honest. Be like, oh, I just have to do a little bit of the job. Like, imagine you're a painter, and they're like, hey, draw the outline.
There's,
Finished.
when you paint, when you're like fixing a car that had been wrecked into before, after you primer it and it's ready for like paint, sometimes you got to put a coat of stuff called sealer on a car, and it'll help it blend to the color. And it's gray. It looks like primer, but it's like shinier, smoother than just primer. And there's like different shades of gray to whatever color.
That's
so
like
it's
the
sealer.
base coat.
Yeah, it's just sealer. It's gray.
Oh, that's after.
That's after primer,
okay.
but it looks like primer, but it's just shinier. It's a little nicer than primer, but it's also gray. And sometimes cars come out of the factory. One of the options is that kind of gray looking. It looks like sealer to me, and I fucking hate it, bro.
But that's what happened after COVID. You know that, right?
What?
Like that color of car, the exact color you're talking about. Like we can even drop a picture in here, but like literally that color where it's like that gray became like the most popular color of cars in like 2021, 2022.
Yeah, bro, I could tell it was everywhere.
Because there was supply chain issues where they couldn't get the paint.
Is that true?
And so they were like, yeah, let's just keep.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I
right
swear
now?
to God. That's what I heard. That's what my
hate
barber
that
told me
shit,
that.
bro.
Yo, for real, bro.
Fucking-
My anti-Semitic barber told me, dude.
I would rather complete the job
Which
for
job?
what it's supposed to be. Any type of job, blow job, haircut.
Okay. We were talking about Hitler for a second. I was like, bro, which job, dude? Chill.
Like if somebody asked me if somebody came, like if I was still a barber right now, and somebody came into my shop and was like, give me that Schultzy chili bowl there, I'd be like, no.
You would say no.
I will give you a fade for free, then take your money and do not even half the
This
damn
is the gay
haircut.
wedding cake, bro. This is the gay wedding cake. Like, you know how that they try to go get a cake and the Christian cake baker was like, nah, I don't do gay weddings.
Yeah.
This is your version. Of it.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, give me this haircut. You're like, won't do it.
I won't, bro. I've had people come in and ask me for certain types of cuts where it involves like some sort of weird. I think it might have asked me for a chili bowl before, and I'm like, nah, bro, fuck that. Every piece of work you do has your name on it, and I'm not gonna put my name on that shit.
You don't like the hard line, dude.
No way.
It reminds you of like the border wall. You're like, nah, fuck that.
Fuck lines, bro.
not taking me back.
When I first started cutting hair, there were no YouTube tutorials yet. I was 13. And so
13?
Yeah, I was 13.
That's crazy, bro.
And step number one is balding out the bottom to a fade. You bald out the bottom, and then you start fading up from there, you know? And I remember how much I would struggle to get that line out, bro. Like, I would fuck people up.
Well,
I would just leave them with a hard line.
Who's letting a 13-year-old cut their hair?
Other 13-year-olds?
No. You fucked up a lot of 13-year-olds.
Bro,
ruined some
my
kids.
poor fucking die-hard best friends. Poor them, though. They were walking around school with the hard line that Andrew Schulz is walking around with right now.
Little did they know it'd be the hottest haircut, 20 years later. Who knows?
Little did they know. But back then, that was like...
It's rough.
It's rough, bro.
But I have kind of the same exact story. This is going to blow your mind. I've never told this story before.
What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because you need an attorney. That's right. You might have got rear-ended. Maybe you slipped. Maybe you fell. Maybe you got hit by a car while you were riding your bicycle down the street. That happened to me. And I was so frustrated because I had to go online and I searched attorney in my area and 100 things came up. And I couldn't figure out who was real, who was shady, who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. And then anytime I talked to someone, it took so long to go back and forth just to submit my claim. And then on top of that, they had all these fees and they tried to nickel and dime me before they even took my case. It was infuriating. I chose just to do nothing. That's not what you should do. Because finding an attorney can be very hard. But you know what's not hard? Morgan & Morgan. Finding an attorney this day and age, finding an attorney is hard, but hiring Morgan & Morgan is easy. Yes, Morgan & Morgan is America's largest personal injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and over 800 attorneys waiting to hear from you. So there's two things that I'm going to tell you that's great about Morgan & Morgan. Submitting a claim has never been easier. 8 clicks or less. It's like ordering something on Amazon or like Uber Eats or something like that. From your couch, you can submit a claim if you want to, and they can check it out. No charge just to see your claim. The second thing, their fee is free unless they win your case. That's right. You don't spend a dime unless they win your case. Their interest is your interest. That's right. So I'm just saying, if you're ever injured, you could check out Morgan & Morgan. And the way to do that is to go to forthepeople.com. That's forthepeople.com/Gagnon. That's correct. Gagnon. Or you can dial pound law from your cell phone. That's pound 529. This is a paid advertisement. I'm just saying, if anything bad ever happens to you, heaven forbid, These are the guys you could check out. They're good guys. Stop blowing all your stacks with these other attorneys. Let's get back to the show. When I was in high school, I would do mission trips in Honduras.
Oh, shit.
So,
you went to Honduras in high school?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
See a bunch of machetes over there?
Bro, it was crazy. When we went to San Pedro Sula, it was like the murder capital of the world. Like, it was the most dangerous city in the entire world.
What is it called? San Pedro
Sula.
Cthulhu?
You should know, bro.
San Pedro Cthulhu.
I was speaking your language. What did I say? San Pedro Sula?
Dude, don't be racist. No. I'm not Honduran.
Yes, you are. Are you not? I'm pretty sure you're Honduran.
I'm Mexican.
What do they eat in Honduras?
Honduras, I don't know, like bananas? I don't know. Yeah. Hondurans and Salvadorians are like Mexico's Mexicans.
No.
We're like, maybe they can clean the house, but citizenship?
Okay, yeah, so, all right, you know what I'm talking about then. No, so we're down there, we're in Honduras, and we would go, it wasn't like a religious mission trip, it was like medical. So we would go with like doctors, and we'd like give people like deworming pills and all the whole shit. And my job, because I wasn't a doctor, I was just a 17-year-old kid, my job was to do haircuts.
Okay.
And we would go like up in the mountains of like San Pedro Sula to Tegucigalpa. We'd like be like up in these little villages where like they haven't had people come through in like months to like do anything. It's just like one school building where like everyone goes. And so we'd set up and we'd be giving these haircuts. I've never given someone a haircut my whole life. Never in my life.
But now it's your job. Bro.
And now it's my job. And bro, the way I was fucking up these Honduran kids, they needed another mission trip after I came through.
Did they know you were fucking them up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, what they told us is, like, hey, give all the kids, just shave them bald. Like, just give them, like, a one buzzer, just, like, do the whole thing.
Oh, it's fucked up.
And I was like,
I wouldn't even want the haircut.
And in my mind, I'm like, all right, like, these Honduran kids, like, they're just happy to get haircuts. I've never been to Honduras. I've never really been anywhere. I was like, whatever, it's fine. So let me just give them haircuts. So I'm going down there. I'm like, they'll love it. So the first kid, I'm about to go cut him up, and he's like, no. 3, 1. And I was like,
she's like, uno.
Huh.
Uno and done.
Total uno. And I'm just like, all right. So I'm like trying to give them fades. I'm fucking it up. I'm like just buzzing kids down the side. And they're just like, it got so bad where literally another kid from the town walked over, took the buzzers, and started giving everyone else haircuts.
What they actually wanted?
Literally. Like, I just became
Honduran's greatest hero.
Yeah, dude. That is the Honduras Batman. Like people would go to the village, I'm sure, after us and be like, what happened here? They would just be kids, like, patches of hair. Like, they look like they fucking survived Chernobyl. Like, it was brutal, dude.
That's fucked up.
Bro, we left them in a worse place, 100%.
My son's mom is half Honduran, but so her biological father is like a full-blooded Honduran guy, and she never met him in person. The guy just like took off on them when she was like months, you know. And I always tell her, when we used to date, I would tell her like, man, you should like go to Honduras. I don't know, maybe find his family, get more in touch with like your Honduran side. And she was like, no, I'm not Honduran. I have nothing to do with him. She's like, as far as I know, I'm just Mexican. Like, because she's never met him, she just hates him so much.
Damn.
And once I found that out, I would just like, I don't know, I just fuck with her every now and then. Like we'd go out to eat. I'm like, we could find somewhere that has like plantains or whatever. What do you like to eat again? And she's like, I don't like that. Like, I don't know what they eat. I'm like, oh shit, put your machetes up.
Honduran food is fire, I'll be honest. I love Hondurans, bro. This is the moment that I realized that there's levels to soccer. I swear to God, bro. Like, because I played soccer all growing up. I played soccer since I was like a little kid. Like, I believed in Santa when I started playing soccer. And I came up and I played all the way through till I was like 18. So I'd go to Honduras. And in America, I was gay for playing soccer. And then I went to Honduras and they were like, that's all they wanted to do.
Hell yeah.
And so we played a game when we like played with the kids. Like, that was mostly what I did. I would just like fuck up kids' haircuts and then fuck them up in soccer. You know what I mean? Just like breaking hearts, breaking ankles. That was me. And then one of the cities we went to, the men from the town were like, hey, let's play. We got a field over here. We got some goals set up. Let's play. And I brought like my cleats. I was like, yo, I'm about to fuck these people up, bro. Like, this is a mission trip for me. Like, this is for me right now. I'm about to just like destroy these Honduran dudes. And they walk out, they're wearing like jeans. They're wearing like tight, like fake Armani shirts that like someone gave them. And I'm like, these guys don't even know what's
Hondurans show up for soccer the way Mexicans show up for basketball.
Yes, bro. But when I tell you they whooped our ass, not even close.
I've heard that people in Honduras are really good at soccer. Also from like Argentina.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean Messi, fucking legend. But bro, these Hondurans, and they were scrappy too. I love now when I watch Honduras on TV, like they'll play like CONCACAF against like they'll play against Haiti, and I'm just sitting there like glued to it, rooting for Honduras. Bro. I love it. Like they're the best. But yeah, dude, I love
Honduras because my son is quarter Honduran.
Yeah, bro.
Can you tell he's like a little Honduran?
Yeah.
You could tell, right?
Yeah, sometimes we look at each other in the eyes and there's just a certain disconnect. And I know it's because of the Honduran blood pumping through his veins.
Yeah. It's just, it gets you a little fired up. You know what I mean?
My son's mom, we haven't really talked about it anymore, but I do, as my son gets bigger, want him to know, like, yo, you're not just all Mexican. You got something else in you. You should look into that a little bit. I think that shit's interesting, man.
You're going to tell him that?
I'm going to tell him on the day he finds out Santa's not real.
Bro.
I'm like, Santa's not real. You're not all the way Mexican. Bro, you know what sucks
Imagine Santa's not real, neither are you.
He's already not going to be accepted by Mexicans. Bro, we're not accepted, bro.
Wait, why?
Because I was born in the States and my Spanish isn't perfect. You know that if I go down to Mexico, they will see me as white as you are.
No.
They call me gringo down there.
No.
Yeah, and I'll speak Spanish, but they hear it that it's not like perfect Spanish. I fuck up here and there.
Paisano? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I'm not paisano.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great because, like, I guess also Texas Mexican is like a different thing altogether, right? Like that's its own subset.
Yeah, California Mexicans usually hate on like Texas Mexicans because they're like, why are you so proud to be from Texas? Like you're more proud to be from Texas than you are Mexican. And I'm like, no, that's not it either. I don't think I'm more proud of one or the other. Like I'm Mexican, but I also love being from Texas. I think Californians are just jealous that I'm from fucking Texas.
Yo.
And they hate that. They hate that like arrogance.
You can have a gun. You know
I can have a fucking gun.
You
like,
have cars, like multiple cars,
bro. Like,
you got
You been to Texas, bro?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Cali, but I'm always be so proud of just being from Texas. It's like I don't even know why it's such a flex, but it just is.
Yeah, it really is, bro. Honestly, I don't know. Being from Florida, I have a lot of pride from being from Florida, but then I meet people from Texas, and I'm like, oh, it's different. Like you guys are bordering like Puerto Rican pride.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're
like
up there.
The way Puerto Ricans are the most proud.
Florida's badass too, man. People are always like scared of Florida, shit on Florida. No. I went there for the first time ever this year. I've been there 3 times. It fucking kicks ass.
Why do people hate Florida? All the things people bring up to me are like the reasons why it's awesome. They're like, oh, it's like you could do whatever you want. Like
nobody cares about stuff.
Yeah, people out there just like living their own lives.
People don't judge you for the STDs,
right? Like it's all the. Oh, you're describing heaven. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, Disney's there. I'm like, okay, great.
I went to Florida, and you know, all I saw was just old people having fun, young people having fun, everybody just having fun. And it's like diverse, man. People make it sound like it's this like racist place or whatever. Bro, it's way more diverse than Texas.
Yeah, bro.
I love going to states like that because the shows are more diverse. I think it's kind of cool to see that shit.
Bro, it's the best. I forget that not every place in the world has Haitians.
Yeah.
Haitians are, I mean, I'll be honest, bro. Top tier blacks. I love Haitians. I love Haitians so much. Like I didn't like all the black people I didn't grow up with a ton of black people when I was young, but like as I got older, like high school and stuff, I would play soccer, and the only black dudes I really knew were all Haitian. So I thought all black people were like French. Like for real, bro. Like my whole life, people would be like, "Oh my god, don't you hate it when like?" Or people would be like, "Yo, like what's a stereotypical name for a black guy?" And I'd be like, "Pierre." Like, like I didn't even pick up on it. Like I just thought all black people were French for the longest.
I will say this though, man. There is one thing that does scare me about Florida, and it's what is it? The mayor DeSantis?
DeSantis.
DeSantis?
Yeah.
That guy's scary, man. That guy made it illegal to hang out with illegals. Like, it's illegal to be hanging out with an illegal guy. You'll get in trouble. That means you got to ID anybody, like, just hanging out at the bar with you.
Yeah.
Bro, if you get caught just being cool with an illegal dude, like, you're in some trouble.
Wait, that's a crime?
That's a crime in Florida. You not know?
Wait, how?
I know, trust me. I don't know the specifics of it. I don't know, like, the exact rules.
If they can't, like, if you're...
I just know enough of the rule to be afraid of it. Like,
but be honest, there's probably some Cubans or some Mexicans that are like, thank God, bro.
There's,
like,
my
definitely. Uncle keeps on fucking hitting me up, trying to hang out, and that motherfucker sucks.
Yeah, that guy never wants to tip when we go to restaurants.
Bro, he's an asshole. Like, he's super annoying. He always asks for a ride.
He always wants to borrow my phone to make phone calls.
Yeah, dude.
You ever have somebody ask you to borrow your phone and you don't even know them that well?
Oh, that's a different level.
Bro, that's like asking like for them to borrow my penis. I'm like, where are you going to put this, man? I don't want you grabbing this.
Yeah, like, bro, like, that. What are you going through that you need to borrow a phone? Like,
that is fucking, yeah, that's scary.
But I'm also way too nice, though. Like, we were at Chicago one time, and this dude came up to me, and he's, like, in a hoodie. Like, he's, like, he doesn't look like he's in a good spot. Like, he looks like he's, like, you know, you can tell without even knowing that someone's, like, homeless or on drugs. Just based off of, you see it just in them. And he walks over to me. He's not doing that good. He's, like, kind of swaying. And he goes, hey, man, how do I get to this place? And I was like, oh, I'm not from here. I've never been to Chicago. I don't know how to get there. He goes, nah, bro, pull out your phone. Tell me. I'm so nice. I was like, okay. I'm just dumb. I did
that one time here in New York.
Bro, it's sketchy.
Yeah.
I pulled out my phone. I held it so tight. But then I was like, I'm holding it away from him. And I'm like, is that more rude?
Fuck the rude. He was rude in the first place.
Bro, but I'm only in my mind being like, yo, I don't want to be rude.
I think at some there are times where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be rude or whatever. But I've also, like, I don't know, man. There was crackheads that would hang out at the barbershop. Crackheads that would help when I worked at my uncle's body shop. The crackheads that would help out.
You ever practice on the crackhead? You ever do a haircut? Just be like, yo.
Nah, when I was at barber college, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I feel like I've hung enough crackheads to know, like, they're not some sweet person that happened to stumble upon crack and now need some help. They're usually fucking assholes who started doing crack and now are assholes when they ask for help. And like, yeah, I'll still help you out, but I'm not gonna be like super nice to you. Like, if you feel offended, like, fuck you, I'm helping you out, bro. Like,
what would they do? They would just hang out and just like talk shit.
They were like at the barbershop, there's this dude that'll come and like clean the shop for a couple bucks.
That's cool.
But he would also, like, while he's mopping the area near me, he'd be like, yo, he showed me meth. He's like, you want some, youngin? He's like, you know, he'd tell me the prices and he's trying to sell. I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, there was another time where, man, I forgot what his name was Joe. There was something he broke or dropped or something, and he didn't know that I was working that day. Like, he broke it or something, like another day, right? And it was just me, him, and one other barber, and the other barber had left. I think it was just me and Joe there. I was like the last one to be there with Joe, and I had to wait for Joe to leave before locking up, right? It's like a Sunday, very slow day. Come Wednesday, when Joe went to go clean, I was across the street at this little store just buying like chips and snacks. And while he was in there, he thought I just wasn't there that day. And so they're asking Joe, like, who broke this shit or whatever. And he was like blaming it on me. He's like, that little youngster, man, you don't give a fuck about nothing. You don't respect shit. You know, he's like, even though I've given him money tons of times, you know what I mean?
That's fucked up.
And so when I walked back in there, he didn't know I was there. He's like, oh, shit. You know, he got caught. But it's like classic Joe shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. That's how a lot of crackheads survive, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you gotta lie, do what you gotta do. Like,
boldface. They're known for boldface.
They're real boldface, yeah.
Yeah, they're known for the number 2 lie. Boldface.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, there's still a person that's not doing good. So, like, if I can help, fuck it, I'll help. But I'm not gonna be like sweet to you while I help either. Like, you're just as human as I am. You fucking
I get
asshole.
too sympathetic though. Every time I see, bro, like, every time I see like a crackhead, homeless person, whatever, I'm always like, oh damn, that's just someone that like got traumatized and then never got out of it. You know what I mean?
That too.
Like,
yeah.
So then I always see him, I'm like, damn, I feel bad.
But
and then I try to help them,
therapist.
and then they'll be dicks to me. And I'm like, damn, how do I feel about this?
I'm also no therapist, you know? I've had my fair share of trauma. There's has to be worse, you know, for them to fall harder, to fall into whatever they fall into.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. They're people too.
Yeah, I guess if you have people be assholes to you, it's easier to be like, yo, this guy's, he's going through some shit, but he's also being a dickhead to me.
Whether you're rich or poor, if you're being a dick, I could be a dick back.
He's blaming me for knocking over like the fucking water shit that the comb is in or whatever.
Yeah, there's that meme. Oh man, those memes are funny. There's a meme where it's like crackheads be mad when you don't got $1. They'd be like, man, they'd be like, man, how the fuck you ain't got no dollar? It's like, motherfucker, you ain't got no dollar. Like,
you gotta strike first though. It's like prison. Like next time you see a crackhead and he walks up to you, just be like, hey bro, do you got any money? And then just have him be like, bro, I was about to ask you the same shit. Like, just get on him.
Get it over with.
Yeah, and just like have him be like, yo, if he's asking me for money, he definitely don't got money.
But I will help when I can, man. I'm not like no fucking saint, but every now and then, like last night we stopped at New York. It's crazy that New York has these fucking 24-hour subways here and there.
Oh,
We stopped and got a sandwich, and there was a dude in there. Stinky ass dude. This dude stank like shit. And he wouldn't get away from us. And like, I think he couldn't talk. I think he's like a mute, but he's just like signaling, right? He's like, oh. He's like, come on. Like, he's like rushing us to answer him. And I was just like ignoring him the whole time. Like, I don't gotta fucking talk to you. But I did buy him like some food. I didn't let him know. I wasn't like, yo, I'm gonna buy you food. Just chill out. I was just like, bro, get the fuck away from me. But I bought him some food or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe that's kind of fucked up of me too, to feel like what justifies me being an asshole back is that I actually gave him something.
Yeah. No, I get that though. Sometimes like, because anytime I see a homeless dude outside like a store or something, I'll be like, hey, you want something? And 90% of the time they'll be like, hey bro, just like some water, like some food would be awesome. But then sometimes they'll be super specific. And they're like,
Yeah,
dude, I need
yeah.
a hairbrush. I'm like, what?
That's
They're like,
true.
yeah, I need you to go down there. Like, I need this. I need also this. And they'll have like a list. I'm like,
I do feel bad when I'm like, yo, aren't some of these guys out here because of like mental illness?
of course.
A lot of the ones that I guess have known throughout my life were not. That wasn't the case.
Right. Yeah.
They would even tell me like that guy Joe and other guys would tell me the stories of when they used to like make tons of money. They would sell drugs and then they started doing drugs and that's kind of how they ended up there.
So it's a lot easier to not have empathy for those people because it's like,
Yeah. So and my problem is I constantly think that they're like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, everyone you see.
I'm like, yeah, you were on top at once, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like
You're a kingpin. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're a former kingpin.
But
don't
I
give a
have
shit.
I have met other ones that maybe just like, I don't know, like when you said that whole trauma shit. There was this guy on my way to barber college. There was this Jack in the Box that I would stop at sometimes just to get food or whatever. There's this dude there that would always ask for $1 for coffee. And one day, instead of buying him coffee, because I would see him write in a
Bought him
notebook. Yeah, I was like, let's
Yo,
just
you know what's
cut the
better than
middleman,
coffee,
bro. You know what'll really wake you up? Nah, I would see him write. He was on meth for sure. But I would see him writing his notebook. So one day I was like, hey, man, how about I'll give you $20 if you let me have that notebook. I'll buy that notebook for you, $20. I wanted to see what he writes. And bro, it was so fucking sad. Like the first few pages were him talking about how he didn't finish law school and his parents were mad. He was like, he came from money. He said his dad was like a rich asshole, racist, and he's like, my sister doesn't want to let me stay there anymore. As the pages went on, like his dad kind of kicked him to the curb and went to stay at his sister, and his sister was like, you can't keep staying here if you're not gonna like have a career. And like I guess her husband didn't want him there. They were also rich, like assholes, he said. And he ended up like living on the streets, and just slowly he became like this fucking monster that the streets converted him into. And he started doing drugs or whatever. And in the fucking notebook towards the end, he becomes pretty racist. He's like, the fucking Mexicans stole my tent and they took my shit. And like he was mad. It was warfare out there. Like it was sad, bro. It was sad to read the decline of how somebody becomes homeless and like a drug addict, you know?
Bro, that's insane. You read the whole shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's Lord of the Rings. You were just like,
halfway through the book, it was hard to understand. It became like chicken scratch gibberish. It was just like ranting. It didn't really make sense. Where I guess his mental state was deteriorating. And I saw him like a few days later, and he was like, hey, like, he had like tons of books. Apparently he filled up notebooks. He had tons of like those composition books. They're like yellow ones, blue ones, whatever. He's like, hey, I got more books if you want to buy them.
Bro, you trying to sell you the sequel?
I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I kind of know how this story goes now at this point.
Bro, nah, if I'm you, I'm buying the rights to all of it. I'm reading all of them.
Every now and then I'd see him and I'd give him a few bucks, like, but I was like, you can keep the books.
But that might be a good hustle for him, though. Imagine that, right? Because like you had this crazy experience. He could just write the craziest story, make up some awesome shit.
Crackhead Chronicles.
Bro, and then start selling it to people. And then people think that like he just pee on them one time, just makes it feel authentic.
I sat with him and talked to him a couple times, but man, he would like snap, bro. Like it kind of felt dangerous to like talk to him for a while because he would like talk normal and then he'd get like offended at shit. He's like, well, you can't just talk to people like that. You can't fucking say this shit. Like, and if you can't say it, then I can't say it. But I feel like I should say it, so maybe you should say it. Like, just because his fucking arguments wouldn't make sense sometimes. I was like, all right, well, later, guy. Like,
Yeah, bro, that is crazy. I don't know. That like, I always think about that. Like every time I see someone, like you see them in New York all the time, they'll just be like talking crazy, just like mentally ill, schizophrenic, who knows, and just like talking to people. And I always look at them. I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, who are you talking to?
One time in Seattle, I ate like somewhere between like 9, 11 grams of shrooms, like 9, 10, I don't know. And like it was like different strains too. Like I mixed them. And it was like I had lost control of my body, but there was part of me in my brain like arguing with other parts of myself. But it felt like I was stuck in there. And I remember thinking like, holy shit, like none of this is real, or is it? Like I couldn't figure it out. And there was a lot of moments where I was like, those crackheads you see on the street just yelling into nothing, like I'm that, and I'm not coming back from that. And I literally thought, I remember I kept wanting to go to the phone and dial 911, and I remember thinking like, no, this isn't real. Like I couldn't figure out how I got into that hotel room or how long I had been there, like who I was, nothing. And there was a part where I started remembering people and like my loved ones, and I kept wanting to go dial 911, and I was like, no, I can't dial 911 because right now I'm in my mind. And outside in the real world, I'm this crackhead yelling on the street. And if I dial 911, in the real world, I'll get a gun and shoot myself. And so I was tripping out. And every time I see like a crackhead yelling on the street, I'm like, fuck.
I've been there, bro.
Yeah, at least for like a couple hours, you know?
Bro, how long did it take to come down for that?
That was like the most craziest intense trip I ever had, and it started around midnight, 12 a.m., and I started to snap out of it around like 5:40, 6 a.m. maybe. So,
bro,
yeah.
Did you try to sleep?
No. I can never fall asleep on shrooms. You ever done them? Like, I can't fall asleep on shrooms like at all. Like at
I did,
all.
but I do very little.
No.
Like,
I've never liked to microdose. I've like, for some reason, I always want to hallucinate. I love to hallucinate.
Yeah.
And so it makes me want to eat more. But then the more you eat, the more you start like just tripping on other forms. You know?
I do like mild, like I only had like really one trip, and I just did like a gram, and like it helped a lot. Like I like went through, like worked through a lot of like personal shit.
Fuck yeah.
It was sick.
It'll help. When you do like that, once it's worn off, the next day your brain feels like it was power washed.
Yeah, bro. Like that was what, and I did very little, but I just laid there. I put music on. I listened to Pink Floyd. Dark
That
Side
is
of the Moon,
fucking dope, yeah.
and I just like had a great experience. I feel like I took my own advice.
Yeah.
Like that was like the feeling I had. I was like, man, this is awesome. But I never went all the way and like had crazy. Like
I started off like that.
I saw cool things.
Yeah.
Like, but it wasn't like
When I first started doing shrooms, I started off doing shit like that. Like just very small, chill, you know. But then I would hallucinate, and I would be like, oh, if I eat more, I could hallucinate more. And one time I went to Vegas and just ate a bunch. I remember walking through the casino, and the casino looked like it was doing this treadmill effect, the floors. But then it was also like waving. It felt like I was walking on waves, and like everything was just trippy. And I was listening to Pink Floyd too. I was listening to that song Time.
oh yeah.
And as I was walking through the casino, and just also sometimes when I trip, not only are things moving, but like my vision changes colors. I'll see like everything blue. Like if there's a filter over my eyes, or yellow, or sometimes it'll change. Like, and I'm hallucinating. So like
everything's yellow.
Yeah.
Like people.
Yeah, like if there's like a yellow glass, like if I'm wearing yellow glasses,
bro,
or if I'm wearing like blue glasses,
and everyone just looks Asian.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But
I don't know. That seems uncomfortable. I don't like that.
Nah, I fucking
You
like
enjoy
it.
that?
Yeah, because it kind of puts this weird, like trippy fear, but like a fun, like ride. I don't know, but it's like a whole escape, man. It's like if I'm living in a dream. I love escapes. I'm a very escape type guy. I think that's why I like going to the movies a lot. Like the world ceases to exist for a while, and I'm
alone.
here. Yeah.
You go alone to the movie, just pull up.
No, I haven't gone alone, but
You should try that.
when I'm there, I am like just zoned in.
Might as well be alone.
This is it, you know? Yeah, might as well.
Oh, that's interesting. But you ever do like DMT or like other drugs like that?
Just weed, mushrooms.
Because that seems like the ultimate escape. Like the way people talk about DMT.
Yeah, my buddy does a lot of mushrooms. He's the one that kind of like I do a lot of mushrooms with, and he tried DMT once, and he said that one got like way too much. He said that it felt like it took like a month for him to really kind of like get back into his regular state of mind.
Like literally a month.
Yeah, he said for like a month he just felt like not himself, like just kind of fucked off in the head. I don't really know how he worded it better. He can articulate better.
Yeah.
But from what I understood, it was like how you feel the day after mushrooms, but for like a month, but more tired, just not yourself. Like,
yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I had that from Molly.
Yeah,
Have you done Molly before?
Nah, but I do want to try that.
That shit is awesome.
Yeah.
But I did too much. And so the next day, I felt actually okay the next day. And then 2 days later, I felt fine. And then I went and did a show in Texas. We were doing Vulcan. And so I went down to Vulcan, and I'm like about to do like an hour. And I'm like in my head, like, oh shit, like I'm not me.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching myself from like the back of my head. And
Yo.
like, have you ever had that feeling? I never had that before. I'm walking around, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a dream right now. Like people are talking to me, and the whole time they're talking to me, I'm not like listening to what they're saying. I'm listening to me listen to it.
Yeah.
It was very weird. And I was like, oh, is this going to be forever? Like I'm never going to snap out of it.
Nah.
Like I was aware of things. Like I would move my hand, and I'd be like, oh, my hand is there. Like, is it always like that?
When I finally snap out of shit like that, it makes me want to stay sober so much.
Oh yeah, well that literally this is like a month ago this happened. I looked it up. I think what I had was like a mild version of like depersonalization. They call it DPDR, depersonalization, derealization, where basically like you are now. It's actually an anxiety thing.
Yeah.
That's the way, from what I've read, is like basically like you create, like your brain, like chemistry kind of changes a little, like from, you know, whatever substance that you did. But then there's an anxiety that's coupled with your brain changing state. And then even when your brain goes back to normal, you have anxiety about what normal is. And then you're constantly overanalyzing every normal thing. And then it's just an anxious paranoia that's stuck in your head.
That shit keeps me up at night. I haven't done mushrooms in a while. And I feel like that is still like going on with me, because I'll observe my own daily patterns, my own daily habits. And then I'll start to, I did this on mushrooms, and I do it like in my day-to-day life. I'll start to overanalyze fucking shit. And I'm like, yo, is this normal? Do everybody do this? Or am I the only one to do this? How long have I been doing this? And then what'll get real scary is I'll start to fucking like calculate how often I'm eating certain junk food. And I'll be like, this will kill me. This will kill me so fast. My family's going to be sad because I'm going to die at like 32 if I keep eating. Yeah. And I'm like sober, and I'm like looking so deep into it. Like, and like I can fucking feel all the little differences in my body when I eat too much of this or too much of that. Yeah. And I feel like nobody's paying attention to it as much as I am, and it's freaking me the fuck out sometimes.
Bro, 1,000,000%. Like it literally is an anxiety thing. You think it's a thing from the drugs.
You know what can help with that? Beer.
And more drugs.
Yeah, more when I drink a lot of beer, I stop thinking about that and I just feel good.
Yeah, that is true. But then that's like, low-key, I kind of get alcoholics because it's like, yo, if you feel like that all the time, like, and beer gives you a little disconnect. But you know what? The beer, in my opinion, what it is substituting is like the thing that helps with my anxiety and like overthinking is just exercise.
Oh, no. In all seriousness, no joking around. Exercise and water helped me like feel way better.
That was the way I got out of it.
Because it's like sometimes when I'm freaking myself out and I'm sober or whatever, or even if I'm on a trip, when I'm freaking out, you kind of just want that somebody or something to give you that feeling of like, it's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Or like, this is the remedy. And I mean, the healthiest shit you can do is like exercise or drink water. Like whether you're doing something healthy, like that's at least a step in the right direction, or to somewhat doing better for your body. So sometimes I'll just go drink some water and I'll be like, all right, I'm feeling a little better. Like
what I think is a mixture of things that happens. Like for me personally, like I always think about this Tool lyric. You ever listen to the band Tool? Mm-mm. They're fire, bro. I love Tool. But they got this lyric in one of their biggest songs where it's like all their lyrics are like very deep. Like they talk about like Fibonacci sequence and like it's like very like mystical, metaphysical. Like people always say it's great for psychedelics. Like do mushrooms and listen to like Tool. It's amazing. But the lyric I always think about is overthinking, overanalyzing separates the body from the mind. And I think about that all the time where it's like the more you're overthinking, the more you're just sticking yourself in your head and not connected to your body, like physically. And what working out does, it does two things. One, I think it reconnects your brain and your body. Like literally your brain's like, okay, move this weight, and then you're moving it. And like your mind-body connection, like on like some hippie shit, low key, like links back up. And then secondly, it tires your brain out to where it doesn't have the energy to overthink.
Yeah.
So like when you're so exhausted because you just worked out, you just ran or whatever, you don't have all of this extra energy stored up to be like, oh, did I say the wrong thing? Is this person looking at me weird? Is this always been like this? Or am I just noticing it now? And you're just able to be in the moment and be present.
Yeah.
And so when I stopped looking at fitness like, oh, I'm going to do this to look good, or I'm going to do this to like be strong or whatever. And I started looking at it as like, oh, I'm going to bring down my general anxious hum to just be able to like operate in the world and be present. That's when I was like, I need to work out every day.
Dude, I need to work out more often. I don't work out too often anymore. But I do think that that's the tough part, at least for me, about being a comedian as a full-time job, is that, yeah, my job is to like, you know, think of jokes to say or whatever. And sometimes I'm too conscious of like, I'm overthinking like, oh shit, what are people gonna think of me if they hear me say this joke? Mm-hmm. What would the average person, what would a comic think of? You know what I mean? And it fucks me up. It makes it hard to do my job and stay busy. Mm-hmm. But what does help me like calm down is staying busy, having some sort of job to do. That's why sometimes I like to do something different than comedy. Sometimes I'll ask my little brother, my dad, like, can I cut your hair? You know, let me go focus on like a job, like
100%, bro.
You know what I mean?
Like the more you're like anxiously ruminating on one specific thing, like the more you're gonna completely overthink it. Like, I like to do something like learning new shit. I like to learn. I'm bad at guitar, but I like to learn how to play it because I'm like, okay, I'm expanding my mind in a different way and focusing on something other than this one joke I can't figure out, or like that set I had 2 weeks ago that wasn't that good.
Sometimes like, I'll disconnect from the world and all my anxieties by just making a small meal. I'll make a mean sandwich, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I like to make a badass, very symmetrical sandwich.
Extra mayo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and then in turn it makes me better at my job. Like then I'll be more relaxed and I'll think of a funny joke or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if anybody out there is like my competition, you better hope I don't make a nice sandwich.
Yo, if you see me full with a sandwich in my hand, bro,
you are
over.
done.
It's over, bro.
I'll kill you.
But no, that shit is 100% true. Like, and again, that goes back to even like the trying to control everything, like being in there working nonstop. It's like if you can separate and do some other shit to like, I don't know, feel fulfilled and like feel energized in a new way, I think that's the best thing. And it can be working out, it could be like making food, it could be doing a hobby, but like, yeah, and like alcohol, that's the thing why I think alcohol is so seductive, because it does separate you. It creates distance from all the shit happening in the real world. But the problem with alcohol is the easiest way to create separation. Because all the other ways is like, oh, I got to work out for an hour. I got to get exhausted. That's hard. Yeah. I got to make food. That requires effort. If I
easy way out usually equals bad.
Exactly, bro. Because it's all borrowed. Nothing's free. Yeah. So like you do the alcohol to create distance, and then the next day you feel bad.
Yeah.
And then you're confronted with the reality of what you did, and how do you get away from that? Drink more.
Drink more.
And then like these people, I completely understand. Like when you're feeling traumatized and you got like shit going on in real life and you just kind of want to escape, I get the seduction of alcohol, because it's like, yo, let me disconnect. And it's like there's healthier ways to disconnect, but they require more effort, but they're more sustainable. And that's why I'm like, workout. That was the thing that helped me when I was feeling like depersonalized. That was the worst feeling. I was on stage at the Mothership being like, all right, just keep on talking, do the next joke, like get the joke off. All right, they laughed. Okay, good. Like not, you know what I'm saying? Like your best set is when you're like, yo, how much time have I been doing? Where am I? Like, I don't even, like, I'm just in pure communion with the audience.
Yeah.
And when I was feeling this way, I was not like that at all.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate when, yeah.
And the sets are still good. That's the weird part. Because you come off stage and people are like, bro, great job.
But you feel like you were just kind of like, I don't know, going through the motion of it.
1,000,000%.
Not really there with it.
Because I was so depersonalized.
How is
like,
Mothership? You like it?
It's awesome, dude.
Man, I haven't been there yet.
You gotta, it's not far from you, right? Like, how far is
I was over there for Moon Tower and I was going to go. And, the last night I was there, I had kind of like a chance, but I was doing Felipe Esparza. I was opening for Felipe Esparza at like the Paramount.
Oh, that's far. Oh, that's cool. That's where Schulz filmed the special.
Yeah. And I was just hanging out, man. And man, I'm like a huge Felipe fan, so I kind of just stayed hanging out. I should have gone. Yeah, he's dope, man. I should have gone to the Mothership though, try to get some time or something.
It's cool.
I don't know if I could have.
It's just a great room. Like it's like scientifically, he took like all the best things from the store, and then all of his like personal experience, and just created the best club.
Badass.
It's awesome.
I gotta check that out.
And it's just so cool that like he's at a point in his life where he's like, hey, I'm gonna move to Austin, Texas, and live where I want to live with the people I want to live with, and have all these people come to see me.
I feel like a lot of the LA comics and California comics that went out there, and a lot of the Austin and Texas comics that were already there, are very like integrated now.
Oh yeah.
And but back then when they first moved out there in 2020, it was not like that.
No, it was sketchy.
No. Like now they're very, they all get along. Oh, I think they get along. I don't know. They're all very mixed up. They all become friends.
I mean, like in the scene itself.
Yeah, but the scene wasn't really mixing a lot, in my opinion. Early 2020, when like a lot of California comics first started going out there, because a lot of the Austin comics were taking care of their own. So like they were booking more Austin comics on their showcases. When it comes to mics, the Austin comics would get first dibs, at the open mics. And I remember meeting like a couple California comics out there on a trip, and they were like, yeah, man, like it's fucking hard to get on showcases. Like it's hard to, the open mics, they put LA comics last a lot of the time. They're like, but you just watch. They talked about Joe Rogan like Jesus in the second coming. They're like, you fucking watch, man. When Rogan opens his club, it's over for them. Like, we're gonna get all the love. Like,
bro, but low key, like, I don't know exactly how it works in terms of like who gets booked and what, but like the dudes that moved out there, like my buddy Derek that like opens for Schulz with me, like he moved out there from LA. Like he was a door guy at the store, and now he's like on every show, killing every show. Like I
think now is like different, but at early 2020, I just met a couple disgruntled LA comics. I just thought that was funny.
But no, it's an insane thing. The thing I really like about the club is that they put every phone in a bag. I really like that.
I fucking love that,
bro. I think
Denver Comedy Works does that.
Oh, it's the best. Like just hearing people like chatter before the show. Like you don't realize what the noise is supposed to sound like until you go to a show where all the phones are in a bag. Like people are just talking. Like they're all sitting there and they're like, oh yeah, like what'd you do today? And they're like talking like,
and it makes the show so much better, man.
bro.
Like,
Listening to people leave the show talking about, oh yeah, that joke that he did. But any other show you do, it's just like quiet, people tapping.
yeah.
I don't know, bro. I look at the world like that now.
I hate when even the people are paying attention and somebody's phone goes off because, you know, they made a slight mistake and just forgot to silence it. But it's like, bro, like, I know you didn't do that on purpose, but you're fucking up the show, man. Like,
do you ever think, like, how many more ideas you would have if you just never had your phone on you?
oh, man, if headphones didn't exist,
Yeah.
I would have like 17 hours of comedy right now.
Think about that. Like, I think about that all the time. Like, I stopped listening to music. I've talked about this before, but like, I listened to too much music before. I listened to too many podcasts. I just would constantly be putting stuff in my head. Like, I would wake up, Spotify. I would go in the shower, listen to a podcast. I'd ride my bike, listen to music. Like, just, I looked up my end of the year Spotify stats. I was in the 1% or the 99th percentile of listeners.
Fuck.
No, like the only person that listened to more music than me was like a 24/7 like streaming channel. It was like crazy. And I was thinking, I was like, damn, I never am like just alone with my thoughts.
Yeah, bro. It is a little painful to like especially when you're just like, if you ever drive anywhere or be on the train with yourself, you know, no music. But eventually it gets really productive.
That's the thing. Like, you push through that discomfort for 5 minutes of like, now who do I talk to? Myself?
Yeah.
And then you start talking to yourself. You're like, yo, I'm sick. I got cool ideas in here.
You could jump, like New York, you could do, you know, 4 or 5 spots a night. But if you got your headphones in between every spot, you're not really going to be able to work on the
You do
jokes.
the same spot 5 times.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, work on this joke. Like, you're not ruminating on the
Change
right
this
thing.
word, change that, you know?
Bro, I think about that all the time. Like, I don't know. My shit that I'm like biased about, like, you know how people have like political biases? You know what I mean? Like, you hear like some conservative shit. If you're a conservative person, you're like, that's true. And you don't even look into it. Liberal people do the same thing. My thing is just like evolutionary shit. Like, if I ever hear anything like evolutionary where it's like, hey, turn your phone off and you'll get better ideas. Or like, oh, sleep on the ground and you'll live longer. I just implicitly believe it. I love it. Like, anytime I hear something, like, I would love to move to the woods, not have a phone anymore, write jokes all day, do the podcast, and then go do stand-up at night.
I could tell by the way you set up this tent.
Yeah, dude.
This podcast got real deep, man. I'm sorry I couldn't be funnier.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty bummed about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that. A lot of people have been saying that about this podcast, that you kind of fell off after some of the dry stuff. Yeah, like around the Santa stuff, you kind of took a turn, and then people were not happy with you. Yeah, I think you kind of got in your head about lying to your kid, and you started feeling guilty, and that weight kind of wore you down.
Nah, I actually don't even think I feel guilt. I think I'm one of those, what is it called, like socio or psychopath?
Oh,
like they don't feel like remorse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I got that.
yeah, bro, low key. You ever read about a psychopath, and you're like, yo, this guy's kind of exactly like me.
Yeah. I remember on Sopranos when it's like the sociopath or whatever, like, or the criminal mind. There's like, it's like towards the last season, Dr. Melfi, Tony Soprano's therapist, is like, she always feels like there's hope for her patients, but she reads something that kind of makes her realize, you know, and after all the fucking history with Tony Soprano, where she reads something like in the new findings, like some book of psychiatry, they're like, the criminal mind technically can be cured. Like, even as they start to learn the tools to cure them, like, they turn everything into a criminal operation.
Whoa.
And yeah, and then I start looking at like just my life in general, how like I see when people are kind of really good to me, and I start using it just to my advantage and not out of like genuine like friendship.
Am I the bad guy?
Yeah,
What
like
the fuck, dude? Nah, that gets a little wild. I'll do that sometimes. I watch a serial killer documentary, and you're just like, yo, like, okay, they're like, okay, this guy, like, will be able to, you know, like, he'll be able to lie, and then, or like, he'll, like, I forget what it was. I was watching this show on Ted Bundy, and he did some shit specifically where they're like, he loves researching the area that he'll go to in order to learn about the people and the way they operate. I'm like, well, I do that. I love every city I go to. I'm like, I'll read the whole Wikipedia article right before I go. And I'm like,
shit.
the only difference is like, I don't kill people.
You don't kill people, yeah.
But like, this guy's onto something. Like, he should have just done like comedy. He should have done stand up.
Yeah, I think about that too, where I'm like, I don't really feel guilt a lot. But then I'm like, nah, I think I don't feel it a lot, but I also avoid situations that will get me feeling guilty.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is why I end up not lying in big moments. Like, I've made mistakes that can kind of like maybe hurt my friends' feelings or do shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I fucking like confess it. This is like a while back. When I was in high school, I think I did steal money from a good buddy of mine. I stole cash off his dresser, and it just fucking like ate me alive, bro.
Yeah, I can't.
And after that, not only did I confess it to him, like a couple months later, it did take me a while to confess it to him, but after that, I find myself saying shit where maybe I'm tempted to like do something, and instead of, I won't do it, but I also will have to like confess that I thought about doing it.
Yes,
just
bro.
because I know that I'm gonna feel guilty later on.
That's what I'm saying,
So I'm
bro.
like, I do take extra measures to avoid the guilt.
That's the thing. I think you feel guilt the way I feel guilt, which is too much. Like, bro, I had to fly.
I foreshadow my guilt.
Yeah, dude. Like, you would just take it on the front end. We flew to Australia one time, and I didn't have a work visa, and I was going there to do stand up, and so I had to go as a tourist. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to customs. I'm gonna show them my passport. They're gonna say, why are you here? I'm gonna say, oh, as a tourist. And then they're gonna say, what are you here for? And I'm gonna have to make up some shit because I feel so nervous about why I'm actually there. And bro, I'm like getting hammered on the plane because I'm like, I can't deal with the anxiety of having to lie to this person, and then them like catching me, and then me having to like go to prison for. I was like, I can't deal with it.
Bro, when I first went to Canada, you don't need the work visa in Canada. You don't need a permit to make money there. It's like,
Is that true?
yeah, I think you used to need like the permit or whatever, permission.
How did you get there?
Huh?
How did you get there, bro?
Well, how do you mean how did I
How'd
get
you
there?
get to
I flew.
Canada?
I flew to Canada. Don't be
This
racist.
all
dude.
sounds suspicious.
I
You're
didn't
just saying.
swim across
you're
the
like,
river.
bro, you don't need a visa. Like that, you can just show up there.
You
pay
need a
cash.
passport to get there.
Okay.
You need to have like your passport or whatever. But if you're gonna go there to earn money, you don't need like a special work visa or like a special permission to earn money, or like a worker's permit thing.
Okay.
You do need like the fucking passport or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. I didn't even think about it. I had heard stories of like comics going to like Europe or whatever, and then they're like, "Fuck, I don't have a work permit." Like, so they technically aren't even allowed to earn money there. They could get in trouble. So when I got to Canada and I landed and then I went to customs, it hit me. I was like, "Wait, do I need a work permit to be here? Like to earn money here?"
The second you're walking up.
The second, yeah. And I was like, "Fuck!" And in my mind, I wasn't even gonna lie, bro. I was just gonna be like so honest with them and like be like, look, I don't know, I fucked up. Like I didn't know. I was gonna like freak out and be a little bitch to them and be like, please don't get me in
snitch on
trouble.
yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, what do you want me to do? Like whatever is allowed to do here, I'll do that. Like
Yeah, that's my thing. I get in front of it. And so what happened? You walked up.
No, I got there and then as I was in line, I Googled like, do you need a work permit to be there? Like, no, you're fine.
Oh, that's so funny.
And that's how I found out that you don't need that. I think you used to, but you don't need to anymore.
Bro, the other reason I was anxious when we went to Australia with the touring shit is that I was selling Schulz's merch. So I had a suitcase full of like 300 of the same shirt. So I was like, if they go through my suitcase and they're gonna be like, why do you have this shirt? I'm just gonna have to look at it and be like, bro, this is my favorite shirt. Like this is like my favorite. Like I love this shirt. Like I wear it at every different size. Like
I'd be like, I came to donate these.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm just giving them away. You know what I mean? They're brand new, like freshly printed T-shirts. Nah, that shit, I don't know. But I feel like you get anxious, or not anxious, but like guilty. I remember last time you were on Flagrant, you said that like sometimes you don't like doing mushrooms in the daytime because God can see you.
Yeah, bro. It's like that Catholic guilt
feel
or something.
guilty
like,
about it.
Yeah, sometimes I feel guilty when shit is going too good.
Bro, same. I don't like that.
I think I don't know if it's like a Catholic thing or what it is. But I do like I have times on this tour where I'm having so much fun, and it's like fuck, man. Like sometimes I think I should have just been like a regular mechanic or just painted cars or a barber, because when I was a kid, I used to feel like life was so sad and depressing at shit that I would go through sometimes. I was like, it's not fair. It's not fair what I have to go through sometimes. You know, nothing was ever stable. Like nothing ever just worked, you know, like financially we had money, but everything else sucked, right? And then when I got to like high school and I didn't have money anymore and like I was kind of on my own a lot of the time, I just felt like it was so unfair, you know, like I get depressed with it. Now I feel like I finally worked my way to a place where things are good. Now it's so good and I have so much fun and I'm like so happy that I'm like, this isn't even fair. Like I'm just having too good of a time now.
That's how I feel.
I'm like, man, I should have just fucking. Sometimes I was watching that movie. It's like one of the X-Men movies, like Wolverine Origins or something. He's like a lumberjack. I'm like, I wish I could have just done that. I should have just gone to Canada, been a lumberjack, drink a beer after work.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know. I feel guilty when things are going too good that I'm just like, oh, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Something bad's like supposed to happen because it's not supposed to go this well. And then I'll get like in my head where people be like, nah, bro, like you deserve it. You worked really hard. And I'm like,
Did I? I just worked the regular amount that I wanted to.
I feel like I just got lucky sometimes doing the right jokes at the right place or something.
Like that's how I feel. I'm like, yeah, I worked hard, but also like I wanted to work hard. I didn't choose to work hard. I just enjoy working hard. So
yeah.
I started working hard, and then that worked. So it's like some people don't like working hard.
That's true, yeah.
And like I'm just born with the desire to work hard, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe at least in this specific field or whatever.
So then I'm like, damn, like it is kind of luck. I feel lucky that I'm the type of person that enjoys working hard.
You know shit, I mean? Man! Not to cut you off, but I kind of got to get going. We've been talking for hours.
How long? What time is it? 7?
Yeah.
Oh goddamn. All right, shit. That's your fault.
Those are good conversations.
Yeah, I enjoy this.
Me too.
This is fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything that we need to get to before you get out of here. I think we covered basically everything, bro.
Pretty much. When does this come out?
Probably next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it came out right now for the people listening.
Oh, shit. People are listening right now?
No.
Like live?
But when it comes out, then they'll be listening to it. So for you, it's coming out next week. But for everyone listening, it's already out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a message to me in the future. It's don't listen to anything I said right now.
Yeah, I know, bro. Think about you in a week. Like, you might be different than you are now.
Oh, for sure. I'll be so different.
All of this might be
I'll be so much wiser.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe stupider, bro. Maybe you'll do mushrooms.
Nah, I only grow wiser.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's how I get my power.
Oh, shit. Anyway, this is yours. Happy birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Nah, for real?
I want you to keep that.
Are you doing it for the podcast or are you doing it like for real life?
It's real life, bro.
Oh, shit,
I want
bro.
you to keep that.
This is my third gift today from this building alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Brooklyn is a magical place.
Shout out Kid Super. You got a kissing jacket.
Hell yeah, I think it's badass. No offense, that is a little bit better than the genie lamp.
Yo, give me my fucking genie lamp.
I'm keeping this. You can't do that,
audacity,
bro. You can't do that. I'm keeping this. This is still cool.
I gave you the kissing jacket, okay? I know it was Column and Kid Super, but it was also me by proxy. So they're all my gift.
I don't know. I guess maybe that was like partially your gift.
Yeah, I guess I'll take credit for it. Ralph Barbarossa, aka Ralph Barbosa. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Let's do it again sometime soon.
Hell yeah.
Peace.